majority of you are here, and I guess the only reason they're not here right now is something must have come up because they seemed interested in playing the game again. Um, I think where we were starting off last week, you guys, met up for the first time. Some of you would already know each other in small groups, but you'd all met up as an actual, group of people. Uh, Hung out around at a festival. One of you decided to make off with some money. Another of you wound up winning a contest, and you decided to follow off on a job offer that somebody had given two of you. To that end, you ended up investigating a young council member's place of, his home, and discovered that his butler had actually murdered his mother, and was planning some stuff, along with the references to the mysterious Scarlet Brotherhood. You guys also decided to finish investigating the house, and decided to steal some more money. By the way, Nuxie?
Yep.
Nuxie? Yeah. Because you're stealing from potentially innocent people, I'm gonna have to downgrade you to chaotic neutral.
Wait, are they? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you're not stealing from good people and giving to stealing from clearly evil people and giving to poor desperate people. No, you're stealing from potentially innocent bystanders and giving to yourself and your party. That is a chaotic neutral act at best.
All right. Yeah. Fair enough.
Um. So yeah, you're chaotic neutral. And yeah, you've actually made up with more money than you were being promised for the job based on what Noxie stole. Um, half your party is outside the mansion, entertaining the guards, keeping them keeping them from realizing that the house is being robbed. Uh, well, the other three are trying to make your way back outside, I believe. That was
Yeah.
the activity. So the guards currently are attempting to escort the three of you, Lobu, Dovin, and Volin, away from this area. What do you wish to do?
I think Lobu's just going to jump up into their arms and let them carry him.
You have a very surprised guard catching you by reflex. They're like,
Thanks,
Dovin's
friend.
gonna play up his age a lot, so he's gonna like hunch over and walk like super slowly, like lean on a guard for support.
That's clever.
I'll
Yeah.
look
Forgot my cane.
back. Um, I'll look back at the biggest guard I can find, and I'll say, "I suppose you don't want to carry me."
The guard's eyes kind of bulge. Roll for persuasion. The guard's like, no, I think you'd break my back, miss. He's trying to be polite, but he's looking horrified at the thought.
That's certainly valid, and I'll continue walking.
So, all the guards seem to be, like, joining it up with you, except for the ones that are going back on patrol. Nuxie and, Shard, or Topaz, rather. What do you wish to do? You're still in the house, the guards are moving away, they're no longer sitting right out in front.
Well, we got what we came for, I believe.
Yeah, we do. We have the evidence and the platinum from the,
So-
from the safe.
Second verse, same as the first. I'm going to try to get back out the way I got in. It seemed to work.
Yeah.
Go downstairs, go out to the butler's, room window you guys opened, and try to sneak out. And my cat is currently sitting on my keyboards. Please stop that, Lyra. Sorry. Sorry, the cat keeps doing that. So, let's see. You're trying to be stealthy about it?
Of course, yes.
So everybody please roll me a stealth check. And I will roll for Kapisk. I don't understand what Cat's fascination is with pens. Wow, Kapesk is actually very stealthy. Yeah, all three of you make it out, no problem. Now the only thing in your way is the wall. I believe Kapesk has an easy access to just climbing right over, and because of that, we'll go to assist both Noxie and Topaz.
Well, unless something is said to me, I don't know how they got in. I am assuming competence from Noxie that equals her stealth for climbing. So,
Yeah.
unless you wish to go over first, I mean, I'm just going to go start climbing where I climbed before.
Yeah, Kapesk just, I just figured Kapesk is just climbing right straight up the wall and is sitting there now, putting a hand over to see if either of you need a hand up.
I will try to. I'll take that hand.
Alright, I will roll a strength check to see. Actually, no, that'd be, no, athletics check. Yeah, you're a goblin, so you're light. It easily, snags you up, pulling you right past Topaz and setting you on the wall. Need a help?
13, I was just climbing up my own.
Yeah. You're climbing very slowly, and the lizard is just watching you with his crazy eyes.
Past them.
Yeah. So he kind of reaches and helps Noxie get back down on the other side.
I vote him most likely to eat a party member.
The big question is, eating them alive or dead?
Yeah. Either or.
Anyway.
I worry if somebody's ever like mortally wounded and making death saves, and he's alone with them. I don't know what would happen.
Yeah, that is a
He'd
potential concern.
He'd show up belching crocodile tears. Yeah, they didn't make it.
Well, at least you've got each other to watch each other's back around him.
Yep.
Anyway, so he helps Noxie back down, and he looks at Topaz, and kind of leaps down onto the ground. Deep sea pass.
Well, trying to slip back to the rest of the group in a roundabout way, avoid guards.
All right. Yeah, your stealth checks are very good. So it's like you managed to, since you navigated the climbing back over the wall, you easily slip around the guards. You just don't know where the rest of your party is.
Can I look around?
Sure.
Well, we left them. What? They were all in front of the
Yes.
building.
They're-
Okay.
Hmm.
They can't have gone far. We could go back to what was the name of the tavern?
Let's see. I wrote it down over here. Where did it go? Oh, the Black Wolf.
The Black Wolf. We should go back to the Black Wolf. I'm certain they will show up there sooner or later.
Noxie nods.
Alright, so you guys make your way there. Lobu, Dovin, and Volan, meanwhile, you continue to follow the guards all the way to the station? Or guardhouse, rather?
To the guardhouse.
Yeah, they were escorting you out of this region and towards the guardhouse, but in a more of a kind of a friendly way, because they kind of got this impression that you guys were kind of needy.
Very needy.
I guess as we. I probably wouldn't have seen them leaving the house, would I?
Well, yeah, with that perception, no, nobody was seen going anywhere. The people leaving the house left way too late compared to the people who were already being escorted away. So neither group would have seen each other at that point.
I guess when we're almost to the guardhouse, I mean, unless somebody else wants to step in. I guess then I'll sort of pretend like my back is doing better, and I'll sort of, oh, that's much better. Oh, thank you. And then I'll try and like grab Volan and Lobu to go to like is there any sort of festivities still going on?
Yeah, the festival's still going on. It's only mid-afternoon at this point.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
final puppet show is, in fact, just about to air.
Oh, we should. Oh, you. And I kind of motion to the guard too. We should all go check this out. This is what Lobu was telling you about, right, Lobu?
Yeah, and I got it exactly correct. So you don't really need to watch it, but the puppets are pretty cool too.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage for two people helping.
Who's rolling?
Whoever's actually talking should roll.
We kind of both were
Well,
doing it.
The
I'll do
Dovin,
this.
So Dovin rolls with advantage. And please forgive me, I'm
Nice.
still getting used to your
Nice.
voices and which names on Roll20 match up. I'm sorry, which names on Discord match up with which names on Roll20 because they're not always the same.
Can we change our nickname on roll?
Yeah.
On just
Yeah. Just click on your. Well, there should be like a left click and go down to change nickname.
I tried. I couldn't do it.
yeah, I don't see it.
Usually you could right click your name but it's not letting us do it.
Left click. Oh no, sorry, right click. Brain is not working right now.
Yeah, no.
Are you guys talking about a Roll20?
No, in Discord.
Discord, yeah, Discord.
Oh.
Just click on your name and chat and such. Yeah, it's showing me.
I'm not seeing that option.
No.
Weird.
Is it a permissions thing?
Let me check. Edit channel. Permissions. No. None of the permissions have changed. That's weird.
Deafen and move too.
Yeah, same.
Anyway,
It's got to be in permissions because I can do that in other channels and other servers.
yeah, so I'm gonna go and check my permissions again on this because it's not showing anything of the sites. So I'm looking
Unless
at
they changed it.
maybe because I'm looking at that. It's like everything's fine. There's nothing about changing the changing nicknames or not allowing that because other people have been able to change their nicknames here in my Roll20. Sorry, on my Discord. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Meanwhile, in the game itself, you have made a persuasive argument. The guard that's holding Lobu kind of frowns over at Dovin a bit and says, "You know what? It is the festival, and after this guy looks down at Lobu, and this guy's been talking about it. Well, maybe I would like to see the puppet show. I mean, maybe he describes it better than who knows, but." I actually kind of would like to see the puppet show.
Awesome! Yay! Come on! And I sort of clap excitedly. And
He's a large guy, but he seems like he's also probably one of the younger guards here. So the thought of the puppet show might be very nice for him. So yeah, the guards just kind of the other guards just kind of throw up their arms a bit, and the guard that's carrying you, Lobu, carries you and escorts Dovin and Volan over to the puppet show, where people are gathering in. Not quite as big of a crowd as some of the earlier ones, but some of the later folks to the show are coming around and sitting down and watching as the future vampire puppet is brought out and the castle backdrop is once again shown. As the story that preludes the Curse of Strahd comes into play.
nice.
Nuxie and Topaz, roll a perception check as you arrive back at the rest of the town.
Ooh.
Yeah, neither of you notice where where the rest of you... Actually, no. Let me get... Actually, yeah, if Kapesk saw them, then he probably doesn't care. Neither of you noticed where the rest of your party went. So you just kind of walked into to the Black Wolf, not seeing that they're over at the puppet show.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm just waiting there. Anything better to do? Go over and get some more of that wine.
Welcome back, friends.
Some tea.
Yeah, I can do some more tea for you. I think we still got a little bit of that pot left. If you just want me to heat it up.
That's fine.
And
Did you
Noxie
happen to
rushed
see any of the others that were with us earlier?
No, they're not back yet. Why? Did you guys get separated?
Yes, seems so.
Yeah. That's too bad. Well, hope they show back up again.
Noxie rushes up to the bar and holds up a sign that says tea.
Yeah. Let me just put in some more water and maybe a few more leaves and I'll have the tea right at you. And as he turns away to put put in some water and put the kettle on to the stove, you guys do notice that even with those low perception rolls, that there is a stranger at the bar, and he's just kind of sitting off to one side, nursing some kind of drink, probably a whiskey from the color of it. You can see from here.
There's something unusual about him.
No, he's kind of old and grizzled a bit, and just kind of sipping his drink. He looks over towards you. Only one of his eyes seem to be real. The other one just keeps, tilting oddly, and it looks like it might be glass. You don't look like you're from around here.
Really, what was your first clue?
Yeah.
The gills or the blue skin?
Oh, I wasn't talking about that. I was just saying I haven't seen you here before. Besides, you're looking at me. Locals rarely do.
Why?
They think I'm crazy.
Are you?
Yeah, maybe. I've seen some stuff. So,
With one eye?
yeah. Yeah, just because I got one eye doesn't mean I don't see stuff. There's lots of stuff around here to see.
Noxie holds up a sign, just not as well.
Yeah. Yeah, goblin. I haven't seen one of your kind around here before.
Can I
shrugs.
get a refresher on what we were trying to do? That information.
Okay. So Dovin and Lobu got a job offer from some guy. I can't remember if they shared the name with you or not.
Yeah, Gelman Prime Water we share.
Yeah. So this guy named Gelman Primewater, one of the richest guys in town, gave them the assignment to get some evidence on the young council member by the name of Anders Solmar. But when you guys broke into the house and searched around, you discovered that it was his butler, Scarin Wavechaser, who is actually the one to blame for the death of his mother. That Anders has no idea about it, at least not from the journal that one of you was reading.
Did we have some lead on where the butler might have gone?
No, but it's possible that he's somewhere around the festival, because he doesn't know yet that you've broken into his apartment.
No, we have any idea what he looks like.
Actually, no. You're not from around here, and you never got the description on what he looks like. When you were talking to some people on the sly earlier, I'm just going with some general reading between the lines checks, that you probably got some idea at least of what Anders looks like, but you have no idea what his butler looks like.
Alright. Well, I'm getting my tea and sipping it and looking at this old guy. And I will say, do you know a counselor named Anders?
Oh, yeah, him, yeah. His mom, she owned all these ships, She died a while ago, though.
Mothers do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you know what his butler looks like?
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he's kind of scary for a butler, you ask me. Yeah,
Can you describe him? We are trying to find him.
well, he, he's got silver hair, he's tall, he's often tan, his hair is really short. And you could just tell he's a butler. Like, he stares his nose down everybody. Just look for a guy with like that, with dressed nicely, but looks down on everybody, except for the kid, of course. He's probably nearby Anders. I don't think Anders went to the festival without him.
So Enders was at the festival.
Yeah, I'm sure he is somewhere. Maybe he's at the drinking contest. I wanted to go there, but they said I was disqualified.
The sign that says, "For what?"
Hell if I know. He shrugs and downs the whiskey he was drinking. Hey,
I'm buying-
barkeep, another.
I'm buying him another one for his information.
Thanks. He kind of looks you guys over with his one eye. Say, you guys the curious sort?
See what?
You guys the curious sort? Interested in things? Wanted to poke your nose where it usually don't belong sort of people?
Noxie nods.
I shake my head no.
Kind of looks between the two. And then looks at more at the goblin. It's like, yeah, little one. See, here's why they call me crazy. Some time ago, I saw some ghosts. There's this haunted house out a ways in the east. Pretty scary if you want to go and check around. I'm sure there's some cool stuff in there if you're not afraid of ghosts. Are you afraid of ghosts?
She nods, but she's clearly shaken by the idea of ghosts.
Yeah, no one will believe me. They say that place is just a wreck. But I tell you, I saw some ghosts there. And then you see the bartender who's putting the whiskey down, shaking his head, and said, "Joe, stop filling the tourists' heads with stories." And you kind of the bartender kind of looks back at you guys and says, just ignore him. He's just, speaking of stuff. That house is not haunted. It's just old. Probably with some noises. Maybe startled some rodents when he tried to go squat in there one day." You're Joe mumbling something and says, "Thank you for the whiskey," and starts drinking it.
Go over at Nobu. Should we look for the others? This information might prove crucial. We know now what we are looking for.
Noxie nods and promptly starts walking out of the bar.
I'm going to leave because I think I might be making a tattoo that looks like a tea leaf.
Oh yeah, Noxie runs back and then grabs her tea and then starts drinking on the way out.
Bartender kind of watches them go and says, "Please bring the cops back when you come back."
She gives a thumbs up.
So, I guess we're going to the festival. That's probably where they are.
Yeah. Capacic apparently stays behind and is kind of who knows what, because I think he liked the tea, did he?
I don't think he likes anything.
At any rate, he's sticking behind at the end just in case. Meanwhile, the puppet show is still going on. The guard that came with Lobu seems to be enjoying himself. Seems to be to be like very enthusiastic about it.
I think Lobu's shifted from in the arms to on the guard's shoulders, as long as that was allowed.
Yeah,
and he keeps like kind of tugging at his hair, and he's like, "Look at this bit. This is my favorite part."
yeah, the guard has very short hair, but you somehow managed to find purchase in it and just kind of pull a bit. He seems to laugh as if you're, Almost like you're like a little kid trying to get the daddy's attention or something along those lines. Except that he seems like he's younger than you are. But some of the people looking at you just kind of have this impression on their face.
Dovin is actually interested in the puppet show and is kind of forgotten to be looking after for a minute.
So, the puppet show, for those of you who don't know the beginning story to Curse of Strahd, you've seen these three puppets, basically. Two men and a woman. One man is like, kind of older, middle-aged, severe-looking, very sturdy. Another one is like a young man in kind of somewhat priestly garb, but not really. And then there's a very beautiful woman. And it looks like there's a nice romance going on between the younger man and the woman, but the puppets make it clear that the older man is covetous of her. He is also in love with her, and there's a big sequence where wedding is being prepared between the young lovers, and the older man slays the younger man and then attempts to make the woman his bride. At which point she throws herself off the top of the top of the castle. And the guards swarm in, and you don't really see the guards, but you basically see a bunch of arrows shooting out at the the murderer. And then he turns into a vampire and goes stalking through the night. And it's like just a very tragic romance story where everybody dies in the end, except one of them comes back from the dead.
Wow, children's story, nice.
Actually, growing up, I read a lot of more violent children's stories.
That's true, actually. They can be pretty brutal.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got several treasure troves full of stories listed as children's stories that have extreme violence in them.
Jeez.
But these are from like a couple centuries ago, so it's like we've actually toned it down a lot and coddled the children now. But, yeah. The children all clap at the end, and the puppeteer kind of stands up and bows and goes about packing everything up.
Standing ovation.
While this is going on, can I take a look around and see if at any point I see the other members of our...
Sure, perception check, please. No, there's a pretty big crowd here, actually, and it seems like everybody is like getting in your way, and even though you're tall, you can't you haven't spotted a small goblin or a another sea elf or that lizard guy. There are one or two other like lizard folk around, but none of them look anything like Kapask. Kapask looks like the Worston show breed sort.
Sure.
Of course, even like the ugliest dog always has their charm,
Well, so the show's over now, right?
Yeah, the show's over. The puppeteer's packing up. The guard who still has you apparently balanced on his shoulders is now standing up and clapping as well.
From up there, can I make a perception check?
Sure.
Yeah, I'd like a...
Sure, with advantage from standing up there. Yeah. Lobu, you happen to spot your fellow sea elf, Topaz, exiting from the Black Wolf.
Hey, everybody. Topaz is over there.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us for this great show. Did you guys like it?
The guard, there's only actually one guard that came with you, and he nods. It's like, yeah, it was quite fun.
Wonderful.
We really appreciate your company, but we promised some friends we'd meet up with.
Oh, okay. He kind of looks around, looks up at Lobu, who's still sitting there, and goes, and then he looks over towards Vol and is like, are you gonna take this guy?
Yeah, I'll take him, and I'll go grab Lobu and take him down into my arms instead.
Just like arms outstretched, doing that little like graspy motion for someone to pick him up like a top.
It must be so different for him walking around on land.
It's tiring.
Yeah. That is so cute, though.
How do you guys walk around like this all the time? Could you?
Feel like if we get stronger, my dear lad.
Well, we better catch up with them. Who knows what they got up to in there?
And Libby, since you saw which direction they were in, you get to escort the rest of your party that direction to meet up with Topaz and Noxie.
So, well, okay. So when we meet up with them, we should find a place to talk.
Indeed, we should. We found some interesting news
And
and other things, but they are not for public consumption.
Did you guys want to head back to the inn, or is there another place?
We can do. Does anybody have a room yet?
Lobu and I do?
Yeah,
Okay.
you two would have gotten a room there.
Yeah, let's just go. Let's go to your room, and hopefully nobody will be able to listen.
I'll lead them down that.
All right. The one-eyed old guy that you were talking to at the bar nods at you as you guys walk in. Kapesk, gets up from where he was sitting and joins you as you head up to your room.
Okay.
Make sure the door is closed and the hallway is clear.
Are we? Just to check. Are we being followed? Do I notice anybody following us?
Roll a perception check. No, you don't see anybody follow you. You did see the old guy nodding at you, but other than that,
Okey-doke.
when we're alone, Noxie's going to hand out 3 platinum pieces to everyone else.
Noxie, what? Where did you get this?
She holds up a sign that says, "Stole it from bad guy."
Do we know that Anders is a bad guy?
No.
No.
His butler
Dovin's
is
mouth is just hanging open.
his butler is bad, as we discovered. He is the one that is a member of the Scarlet Brotherhood, and we think that he was responsible for the death of Anders' mother.
Does the Scarlet Brotherhood ring any bells for anybody?
Do we?
roll history check.
I'm not even going to pretend I know. I'm just repeating the words. I don't know who they are. There's no way I would know who they are.
Yeah, same.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
No worries. It's storming here too. So if I vanish all of a sudden, that's because my power got knocked out. Yeah. Well, I have my computer on a UPS. My modem is
I heard the
my
last bit.
my thingamajig in the other room is not the Wi-Fi. Yeah. So yeah, you guys don't seem to have any idea what the Scarlet Brotherhood is. It just sounds ominous, like maybe some kind of secret organization, or like something nefarious perhaps, or maybe just a group of scholars that get together weekly and discuss things. You really don't know, but considering that one of them murdered somebody, it's a good bet that they're probably up to no good, and you might want to keep an eye out for that.
And we have a description of him as well. I'll give the description we got. And he would likely be in the company of Anders still. who may or may not even know what he's up to.
Wait. How do we know the butler killed the mother?
We have the diary.
Whose diary?
So the butler
We have the
killed
butler's diary.
the butler
Me
killed
and-
the guy's money. Killed the guy's mother, and then you stole the guy's money.
We stole his diary.
No, you
We found it.
You
Oh yeah,
stole
we
Andrew's.
stole. We stole Ender's money. Yeah.
Where this is possibly going, and Lobu is like clutching the platinum pieces that he just got. And I just want to say, we have an opportunity here to be able to earn this cash. You know, they don't know yet any of this stuff, and you know, we'll provide a service, and maybe we got paid ahead of time, but that happens sometimes.
You know.
Noxie was also point out with her signs that there is 2 extra platinum.
Okay, wait. Okay, everybody stop. We have taken money from someone who is innocent.
By association. At any rate, he is a noble of the land.
know-
Yes,
We know.
He will
we
find
know
more
that.
money.
We know that he did it to put Anders in power, so it's very likely he could have been he could have been in on it.
We don't
Noxie
have,
holds up a sign that says "Rich people are mean."
Yeah, and even if he isn't guilty of this crime, man of that power is always guilty of some crime.
if he wished to secure, he should have had better guards.
this is wow.
I mean, Dovin, I don't know what to tell you, but the last time we went to the police, we almost got arrested, so maybe I understand you're against this, but keep it on the down low.
Oh, yeah, no. That was totally. I was trying to get Lobu's money back because Noxie lied to
Thank
me.
you.
Please don't lie to me. Please don't lie to me, Noxie. I won't get mad at you.
So we should perhaps find this butler, Anders and his butler, and subject them to some questioning.
Okay, but just hear me out, because I don't think we're thinking this all the way through. So, we know the butler did it because we broke into the person's house and stole the diary, and now all their money is gone. So they're going to know that we stole the money if we tell them that the butler did it because we stole his diary.
On the contrary, they will know that whoever broke into their house stole everything. If we only took the diary, that would be more suspect than if we took the diary and the money.
We could. If he stole it, and I'll look at Dovin, although I don't think you're gonna like that idea much better.
I mean, if this guy killed somebody's mother, I'm not totally against it. But
I'm gonna look at Bolin. So the guy that hired you, where is he? Did you have a way for you to contact him once you found the dirt?
I know where he works, where he resides. I can lead you down that way.
Well, then maybe one of us should go. One of either Lobu or Bolin, because he knows you guys. One of you should go down without the diary. Just you have the information and tell him what we know, and see what he says about it. If he wants us to keep going, then we can keep going. If he pays us with just that information, it's not our business. We don't have to go any deeper.
I like that idea.
we should bring this butler to justice. If he really killed somebody's mother, then we should tell somebody.
We also broke into the house to figure that out. So bringing him to justice could also bring us to justice. So what I'm just saying is, if if he pays us to go deeper, absolutely sure. But I'm not going to go to jail for something I'm not getting paid for.
No, relieving him of excess coin hardly compares to matricide.
Is everything that was stolen from the house laid out on the table, or is it just the diary and the cash?
I guess the other pair of thieves' tools, because I don't need that, so not
2 potions.
It's like clear vials of liquid, right?
Yeah, 2 clear vials of liquid. They're more viscous than water.
I think
Can I look at those?
Or,
See if I know.
I don't know what they are.
They're in 2 separate piles from Butler and Safe, I think.
Roll a. I'm gonna go with nature check on those vials.
Yeah, that's what you had us roll.
Nice.
All right. So you take a look at these vials for a minute. You open it up. You kind of give it a tiny little sniff, and you suddenly get this idea of what you're staring at and what this is. And you quickly put the stopper back in there because you don't want it touching you. It is a very nasty poison. If it drops onto somebody and is absorbed to their, the outer layer of skin, if it's absorbed to their, to their head, it's, can blind them. It can, cause seizures and headaches. If it's ingested, it manifests as an illness and, can kill within a few days. Depending on how much you use, it can be very nasty stuff.
Oh my goodness! Where did you find this?
In the
It
safe.
was next to. No, it wasn't. No, those ones were with the diary.
Yeah, this one was Butler's belongings.
Oh, yes.
Do we know how the mother died? Because I would bet 2 gold that this is how it happened. This is nasty stuff.
Yeah, that's nasty stuff, though. No killer would want to do something. Would want to kill someone so easily spotted. Nope. If that's so nasty, what does it do again? If it touches your skin and melts it?
Well, this can, if somebody puts this in your food, you just get very sick. I mean, yeah, if you put this in your eyes or on your skin, that's gonna be a bad day. But also, if somebody doesn't necessarily know what they're looking for, they might mistake somebody ingesting this with just a nasty illness.
In that case, yeah, it's very likely that's the killing weapon. Does it look like? Do both of them look like they've been they're filled up to the same spot? Like one of them has been used or not?
Both of them are full at the moment. Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna put. I start to put them in my bag, but then I think twice. If anybody gets found carrying these around, going to be instantly in trouble. I can't imagine.
Are they well known poison?
I don't know. Are they?
Not particularly. You know about them because of your studies.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then
So-
let us
Maybe
destroy
not.
them, but do not dump them into the sea.
No one's thinking about dumping them into the sea.
Noxie raises her hand, and she holds up a sign. I'll carry them.
I will too. You can each carry one. That way we don't have both of them on one person.
What do you intend to do with these?
Listen, at the very least, if she doesn't use it herself, we can use it as evidence in the event that we need to prove anything.
That's
There you go.
true. That's true. We do need these to prove. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give one to Nox.
As a side note, there's also a haunted house to the east, apparently.
What?
Excuse me?
Yeah, speaking to the old man down in the bar, he was speaking of a place that is haunted to the east. There's nothing to do
Sounds
with this.
amazing.
All right, let's drop everything. I know this butler thing seems important. But go.
Oh goodness. Well, we solved the murder. It's just a question of
Well, some among you already accepted a
what to
job
do.
to solve this, yes?
Right. Yes. Okay.
Right. I
Yeah,
mean,
not
So we're gonna go with
Well-
my plan, where either Lobu or Volan goes to their contact, tells them information, and see what he says.
We can all go. Let them do the talking.
my only concern here is that Lobu and I don't necessarily know Gelman, and you mentioned something about a Scarlet Brotherhood. What if he has hand in that? I feel like this is pretty dangerous information.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of that, how about either one of Lobu or one of Volan, because you guys are important, because he's the ones you guys know. So one of you guys, and then maybe two of us go with you in case something happens, like it's a trap, because maybe he's getting that information dug up because he's working with them or something like that, just in case. We bring some people, but we need to split up so not all of us are going in the one place. If the three people don't come back within the next day, the other ones, that way we have a backup plan if anything happens.
I do want to just point out that it wasn't your job to find out who killed the mom.
It was our job to find dirt on Anders. You're right, but I mean, did you find anything else?
No, just fishing ledgers.
Oh, I guess that's a good way to divvy up the extra two. So Noxie hands the last two platinum to Lobu and Volan because it's their job in the first place.
Nice.
Oh, thank you, Noxie.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. That's really nice.
Noxie
I
nods.
mean, I still think it's very likely that Anders might have been in on it. Well, no. DM. When you were reading
Yes?
out when you were reading out the diary, you said that what was his tone towards Anders? Like, grooming him, or like partner, or how was he addressing Anders?
Well, let's see. You're the one who's reading it, so this would be from your perspective. You get the impression that it sounded more like a grooming relationship. That Scarin wanted wanted Anders' mother out of the way and put Anders in charge because Anders was easier to deal with.
Did I get the sense that Anders knew about this plan? Or would I not know?
You don't know from what you read.
Obviously, it's a mutually beneficial scenario. So it's a possibility Anders could be in on it.
Well, I feel like, if it was grooming the situation, it sounds like it's straight up manipulation and not cooperation, necessarily.
Noxie
It could
holds
be
up a
that, or it
sign.
could be a teacher-student.
Noxie holds up a sign. Now I feel bad for stealing from him.
I don't like the idea of splitting up.
It's okay, Noxie.
I understand that only a
Never
few of
mind.
you took the job, but if it is
No.
indeed a trap, or they get wind of the investigation, go back and find that things have been stolen, suddenly it becomes a lot more dangerous.
Also, the moment they found out that all of this was stolen, Lobu, Roland, and I are going to be immediate suspects.
Although Gelman mentioned something about letting us take what we wanted while doing this job. Something about helping him get into a higher position or get into the council. So, I mean, maybe not, but this again has turned into a murder investigation.
This guy paying, first of all.
DM, how much is this guy paying us?
Let's see. According to my notes, he was offering each of you 50 gold, which is the equivalent of 5 platinum each.
He was offering us 50 gold each.
It was 100 gold because it was just you and Lobu.
Right.
which we're totally willing to split up. Of course.
Of course.
So,
And
okay.
you trust this Gelman to keep his word.
Well, we met him real briefly, and to be honest, he seemed a little, I don't know, like he had an axe to grind. But
If he's doing this to get into power, then he can absolutely not be trusted. Because if he's willing to get dirt on a high power person like Anders, one of the top people of the city, he's very willing to do other things too. He cannot be trusted in the slightest.
Then he should not care if there are more than just the two of you involved. It's not his call to make. We should all
might
go.
not have anything.
Go ahead.
We might not have anything to fear if we're on his side, though. I mean, we're doing his.
We're not.
Now we know information. Like he was getting dirt on Anders to take him down. Now we become a liability.
But he also knows that we broke into Anders' house and stole all that coin. So I mean, it's
He does not know
kind
that.
of.
He knows we broke into Anders, but not stealing.
I have a feeling that's the second Anders returns home and he no longer has his money. It'll become pretty apparent.
Well, it sounds to me like what we really have to fear is this.
What are we trying to do? Because
What
we
we're trying
don't
to figure
have
out.
anything. We don't
Finish-
have anything for Galen,
Finish
For
the
Galen.
job.
but we
The
haven't.
job was to get dirt on Anders.
You
And all we have
satisfied
is
the
a rating.
requirements, yes? You satisfied what he asked of you. There was no dirt to be found. You found dirt on someone else.
So
that
we
isn't
haven't
close to
satisfied the
Garnet.
job.
We, I don't know, Lobu and I could approach and tell him that we found nothing specific about Anders, but we did find something else. But I mean, I don't know how comfortable you all are with me and Lobu sharing it.
Just say that you have more information, and then ask for more money for it.
We don't have more information. But that's not what he wants. He wants information on Anders. He wants dirt on Anders.
It's information. Information is power within these people. Knowing that somebody that Anders hired, someone that works for Anders, has done something like kill his mother, he can do whatever he wants with that information.
Exactly. If he employs assassins.
Okay, now that's.
He knows
know
that.
for sure.
He knows that the butler is a killer. You mean he could frame him for other murders and then use that murder for as a proof that he did this murder? Why wouldn't he do this murder? Or etc. He could have framed Anders, like he hired his butler to do it. He can do a lot with that information.
But we
Sounds
don't know
like
if
a
he
bargain
done
deal.
any of that. We don't know if he killed people. We don't know if he's working with the Scarlet Brotherhood.
Guys. The way I see it, we've got one. Fly by the seat of our pants, or we go out into that festival, we find that butler, and we ruin his day. Who's with me? Butler killing.
Oh god! You know what? I'm with you. Let's do this. I haven't had a good fight in a while.
No, we shouldn't just kill the butler. We should turn him in.
I don't think that's going to work well for us. We're sitting here with, at least Lobu and I, 4 platinum.
That's true. We could go spend everything.
Lobu, what could you possibly spend 4 platinum on?
Well, I do want a net. Could get a net. Get a bunch
It's
of
a
nets.
lot less than you get a
You get a lot of
more.
tea.
They're like 1 gold piece, I think. Something
Yeah,
like that.
very expensive net. Like, what is it made of? Jewels or something? Like,
Could buy a boat.
Net ever.
I already have a net. Where are we thinking of netting? The butler?
We catch the butler.
I
We need to get out of the city as soon as we do whatever we're about to do. Period. Because either way, people in power are going to be mad at us on either side.
Oh man, we should not have this money. We could wipe our hands clean of this. We could capture the butler. I don't feel great about this, but this might be the only way out of here. So we capture the butler with the diary, put the coin on him, and tell them that he stole it.
It'd have to be Noxie to do it.
Noxie nods.
It's okay, Noxie.
I put
We'll
my
get through
hand on
this.
her head. It's like, it's alright. We all did it.
And I look disapprovingly at Capacity. Okay, so, and tell you what, and I kind of look at Lobu because you look the most happy about having some platinum. If we want to keep some of it, we probably can, but we should go capture the butler, give him most of this coin, and take him in.
I agree. Planting some of the coin is a great idea because that makes us a non-problem.
The only thing we need to answer still is how
Anders'
we...
involvement. Because that's what the mission was for Volan and Lobu. It was to get dirt on Anders.
Shoot the
Right.
Noxie holds a sign. Interrogate Butler.
Well, yeah, we should probably interrogate the butler. But so where are we... I guess the question is, are we taking the butler to the guards, or are we taking the butler to Gellin?
We shouldn't take him to the guards just quite yet, I don't think. And I'm not necessarily sure Gellin would have
We should
any...
definitely not take it to Gellin.
Right. We do it on our own then?
Alright, we have to have a place to take him. One of you guys mentioned getting a boat. It could be an escape route afterwards and an interrogation place. Depending on how big the boat is, obviously. I don't know if we could...
I don't know if you can just buy a boat.
If we pooled our resources with this platinum we found,
Well,
Hey, DM, I'm a Marine. How much is usually to get a boat that would be like big enough for all of us?
That's what I'm actually looking up right now.
yeah,
so
not cheap.
So continue to chat while I look this up, okay?
Cool.
I didn't
Got it.
have it at my fingertips, so I wasn't expecting you to get the boat already, but, you know, if it happens, it happens.
It's a very tiny boat.
Yeah, I don't know if we can afford
It's a good
them.
escape route. It's a good it's a
A
good
sailing
escape
ship
route
is
because
10,000 gold, long ship's 10,000 gold, and those are among the cheaper ones.
The boat might be a bit far off. Maybe we shouldn't. And besides, it's not like there's just like a good old boat shop where you can just go down and just buy a boat. But a boat shop, I don't think they do that. But maybe. Anyways, we have...
and the docks. Definitely.
Oh! Best idea. We capture the butler, we take him to the haunted house, we do two things at once.
Lobu's eyes.
Actually,
perk up.
that's not terrible. It's well, where is it? Because we don't want to drag the butler through the entire city.
If we knock him out, we
Yeah, no, we
can-
just have an unconscious body.
I feel like we can make it work.
Maybe he's drunk. Alright, where is the haunted house, though?
Oh, she's really looking up the boats.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
No, you should go back down to there and talk to Joe about that, because Joe would be able to tell you. He didn't tell you what you didn't ask him before where it was. You just said it's off to the east, and then the bartender shushed him. So
Okay, so maybe not haunted house. As great as an idea it is, it might be too far away. But we can always ask. But
It's a place. It's an option.
It is an
It's a
option.
better option than taking you to the inn. So
Right, we can't just drag him. I mean, we can.
Yeah, basically, as a Marine, you'd know that the cheapest boat, the only boat you could afford would be a rowboat for 50 gold.
How big is that?
It's not that big. Probably only 4 of you could fit on it at a time. Maybe 6.
It's also not a.
You do have a goblin with you.
But it's not an ideal place to interrogate
No, it's not.
someone.
The next cheapest boat that you are aware of is a keelboat at 3,000 gold.
That's really only good for rivers.
And you're on the ocean, so really no keelboats here.
Well, while I'm not averse to the idea of finding part of the Scarlet Brotherhood you speak of, then we would be making instant enemies of them.
Well,
We
they're
could be
evil.
making instant enemies no matter what we're doing with this information unless we keep it to ourselves. Or we tell the butler we have the information. If he's part of the Scarlet Brotherhood, maybe they'll pay. Or, we'll get captured and killed ourselves because we have the information.
I think the
only
idea
way
of taking the information
to
to
complete-
this Gelman is the best. Let him pay for what he wishes to know, or at least your job would be discharged. You'd be done with it.
We can.
The only way
He
to be
would
perfectly
probably
safe is to
maybe
do nothing
know.
with the information. No matter what we're doing, we're making at least one enemy.
Noxie holds up a sign. Butler is enemy.
Thank you, Noxie.
What I'm saying.
I think we need to, in order to prevent ourselves from making too many enemies, I think we need to give most of this coin to him. Well, by give, I mean stuff in his pockets as we drag him off to the
Well,
guards.
If
to
Anders is
face us.
a noble of this city, and we attack them, we would have the guards all over us.
And we don't know for sure he's not in on it. And if he is, and we turn in the butler, we're screwed.
Screwed is. I mean, we have proof that he murdered somebody.
Okay. Just because you have proof doesn't mean justice will come through. He's a powerful man. If he has any power over the guards, we're screwed. It doesn't matter if he's actually there. If he doesn't want
believe-
his...
Given the evidence that we have.
I met a
So
couple
sweet.
of them, and they seem pretty alright.
It's a sweet notion, but guards, people with swords, they do whoever they work for whoever pays the highest. Very little men actually do things for justice. I'm not saying there's none.
I mean, not necessarily with the guards, but a councilman's butler killed his own mother to put him on the council. I mean, it's clear corruption
Actually-
runs in the city.
Could we take them to Ida
We
Allen,
could get,
the other counselor?
yeah, that's what I was thinking. We could take it to one of the other counselors. Get some information on them, figure out what their relationship with Anders is. If any of them don't like him very much, boom. We go to that one and give that one the information. We probably get paid for it. And we don't have to worry about Anders coming after us because that person is just as powerful as he is. They'll take in Anders and the butler. All we have to do is make sure that
we don't have any
we
proof
stay
that
anonymous.
we don't have any proof that Anders has been part of it in his mother's death.
True, but if he is, and we turn in the butler, we're done for.
What
If we give the information about the butler to one of the other council members, someone who's a lot more powerful than us, then they can do what they want with that information. If they want to go deeper and figure out if Anders is involved or not, that's up to them.
I like that
They
idea.
are the one risking their neck, not us.
Oh man.
What I'm hearing, it sounds like now there are 3 options that we can choose between.
Okay, let's look at what are the things that we want? What is the perfect scenario? What do we want? After what we do, what are the outcomes that we want?
Bring justice to the murderer of Anders'
And
mother.
get paid. And not go to jail. So 3 things. We want to bring justice, get paid, and not go to jail ourselves. / make as little enemy as possible. So, bring it to Gellin. We'll probably make an enemy of the Scarlet Brotherhood. We don't know how much we'll get paid, but we know we'll get paid at least a little bit. And we're not sure if he'll get justice. It depends on what Gellin thinks of the information.
Well, just because we can't also take the information to the guards if Gallon doesn't follow.
That's going behind his back. I don't think he will take very kindly to that.
I don't think. I don't like Gellin.
Have you met Gellin?
He asked us to find dirt on somebody that he didn't know whether or not there was dirt on somebody.
Right, but when there's rumors that you murdered your mother to join the High Council, I think maybe it's not entirely unfounded.
That's fair, very fair point, actually. Yeah, that's it.
You said that he was using the. He was talking about using this for information to get himself on the council, right?
That's what it sounded like to me, yeah.
When you were talking to him, did he seem like a? Who did he seem like? Did he seem like power hungry, or did he seem like genuinely trying to root out corruption?
I mean, he seemed like a man with money who wanted power, so I don't know how noble his intentions were to, get dirt on Anders, but he seemed like he was hungry for power.
Moxie shrugs and she writes on a note and it says, "Let's go to him first."
We have to get the butler first, right? Or are we just going
necessarily.
straight?
If we're going to the Gallon, right, we don't need the butler. We have the diary, so we have the proof.
We have all this money.
Yeah, but Gellin doesn't care.
Gellin told us specifically that we were fine to take what we wanted, but I know that doesn't sit well.
The planting thing on the butler only was going to come into effect if we were going to the councilmen or the guards, because they would prosecute us for breaking in. Gellin doesn't care. He's the one that hired them to do that.
Gellin could also throw us under the bus.
I mean, obviously, there's risk wherever we go. There's a chance that he's part of the Scarlet Brotherhood, and he just wanted any loose ends possible rooted out, and he was just using us to do that. And now that we know the information, just everybody and anyone could betray us at any moment. That's the thing about working with people in high power.
Gotta have a little more faith in people than that.
No. Faith in people has only gotten me in bad places.
Well, it's gotten me some wonderful things. Like a new friend. I smile on Noxie.
Noxie, well, you can't really tell if she's smiling, but she smiles back.
Well, lucky you. I'm gonna start walking down and see whatever Lobu's doing.
Alright, as you get downstairs, you notice that Lobu is busily chatting with the old guy with the one eye. And as you come down, you hear him exclaim, "And they call me mad!"
You're mad for drinks, and I got the next round. And Lobu slaps a gold piece down on the bar top.
I like you, sea elf. You got some good heart on you.
Thank you. It really means a lot to hear that.
I'm gonna tap Lobu on the shoulder and sit down next to them.
Oh, hey, what's up?
They're still discussing, so I got bored.
Yeah, me too. I figured just do something, anything. But whatever. I'm talking to this guy about those Scarlet who's it's the Red Brothers.
Right.
Do you know if they just like hang out around here? If they got like a place where they meet up?
Hell if I know. I don't even know if they're real, but if you're talking about them, I guess they are. And the bartender kind of shakes his head as he refills the old man's glass. So if you keep this up, I'm gonna have to cut you off, you know? Yeah. I'm gonna be hanging out with my new friend here, the sea elf.
Hey, are you the guy who knows where the haunted house is?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. See, it's about oh, what was it again? He takes another sip. Oh yeah, it's about 4 miles east of here, just inland on the Old Coast Road. It's up until about 20 years ago, an old alchemist used to live there. He had a really good reputation. I guess his ghost haunts it now. I mean, that's probably what I saw, right?
That's the only thing that could possibly make sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, you like ghosts? You want to investigate some ghosts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you want to come with?
Oh, no. I wouldn't be able to make that trip. I'm not young like you. I got a bum leg, I can barely see, I've only got the one eye, you know? And he taps the one that's actually fake.
Wow, cool. I mean, it sucks for you, but here, have my drink too.
You hear the bartender groaning softly. And the old man just kind of drinks it. Yeah. Well, see, I was there late one night, and I kept hearing these noises coming from the basement, and there was these weird lights up in the attic, and I used to think it was a basement. Maybe it was just under a crawl space under the house. I don't know. I didn't actually stay to look. I kind of just ran from out of there.
That's fun. Bartender, drink here, please.
Bartender nods, pours you a drink, and sets it down in front of you. I hope you're not giving more to old Joe. He's had enough.
No, this one's for me. How much?
Oh, just the standard rate. I think it was, hold on. One second. I think it was like something like 5. Give me 1 second. Let me look that up. I thought I had it written down. I noticed a couple of references to silvers here, and then I'm realizing, nope, that's not under the tavern reference. That was somewhere else. But yeah, this is like, some. This would be considered a mild drink. So it's like nothing too fancy. So there's actually some.
Just something to get the edge off.
So this is this would be like this would be probably like 1 silver because it's
cool.
not ale.
Take a big swig, and I just place my head on the counter.
Says old Joe, kind of looking back over at Lobu now that he's half drunk, the less dressed. How many ghosts you seen before? Your many ghosts under the water, sea elf?
Ghosts all the time, but sometimes people tell me it's just swirls of silt under the waves. But I know, you and I know, ghosts are real.
Yeah. Gotta be really careful.
Seen way worse stuff than ghosts too, but
Oh?
actually, can I have my drink back?
I think you already drank it. And he looks down at the glass.
Oh, well, I'll just buy another one. Barkeep.
Bartender nods and starts pouring the Lobu a drink while eyeing him up and down. You sure you're gonna be okay with that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I drink all the time.
I've taken another big swig.
The bartender eyes him speculatively. Sure you do.
Yeah. I'm
He sets it in front of Lobu anyway.
Yeah, Lobu tries to shoot it and, like, kind of hacks and coughs.
Old Joe starts
But
to
then,
laugh.
Oh, can I please see that? Do I come down when this is happening?
Sure. You come down just as Lobu's coughing and old Joe's kind of patting him on the back. Laughing at him.
I pat him on the back too, a bit harder than necessary,
Roll
and lean
a
forward and saying, "Having a problem."
oh, hey, Topaz. Yeah. You get bored too?
I've been bored. We need to do something. We need to do it now.
I push my mug forward for the bartender to take.
Volan came up with a good idea. We should just take a vote and go with it.
I'm down.
As long
I'll
as
take some of that. Nice. Does not have quite the same bite.
Not quite strong enough for me. I get up and start heading back upstairs to see if everyone's decided on something.
I think half of us came down. I don't know.
Oh, yeah? No, they're still talking upstairs. Okay.
Yeah, just as you're starting to head upstairs, you notice Noxie coming downstairs.
Noxie waves.
Yeah, I think we're all headed downstairs at this point.
I'm doing some whiskey shots. I don't have any problem with it.
Now that's the spirit,
what?
says old Joe, looking Topaz up and down. Wow, you're an interesting sight, especially compared to this one, and he gestures towards Lobu.
Old Joe, don't.
I think Discord keeps cutting people's sounds off, because I just heard old Joe and nothing else after that.
Oh,
Stop being a creep.
I think I'm gonna restart Discord real quick. I don't
Yeah.
like having this problem. Be
It was
right back,
working for me.
guys. Oops. Wasn't meaning to open that up. Let's see. Where's my Discord thingy? Ah, there's Discord. Quit Discord. Restart Discord. Discord usually doesn't have problems like this, but it happens sometimes. Roll20 usually has worse problems when it comes to voice stuff, so I tend to go with Discord instead. 20 of you who is watching don't understand this.
Oh, lizard witch.
Alright, back. So, yep.
Nothing happened. We promise. Oh, now we can't hear you.
Testing.
I can hear.
Hear ya.
Got you.
Yeah, here you good.
Alright, cool. So old Joe was still kind of laughing at all this, and you guys are now discussing a vote.
Hold
I heard something about a vote. Did that happen already? Did I miss it?
We don't have enough.
We're downstairs, right? And I like shush everyone because we're not supposed to be talking about this in public.
Oh, right.
Well, we can talk about a ship. Isn't that what the old man knows about?
The old man kind of looks up. Well, I guess I do a little. Because...
Fine.
Go ahead.
No, just wish to know where one might obtain one. A decent one.
Well, they're always these new ships coming in and out of dock. I suppose someone's got to have one for sale or for hire at the very least.
Sure, we could hire one instead.
I have some knowledge of the ships in the area. I might be able to get us a free pass.
Do I have any knowledge around here about?
Roll a history check.
Got it. That's what I'm great at, right? I'm good at.
Yeah, you really don't know much of anything about
Driving.
ships.
I'm good at driving ships, not following where to find them.
Interesting knowledge base there.
Yeah.
I have the same background, if that matters.
If you can get me a ship I can drive in where you can get out of here.
So we've got at least 2 people who can navigate ships. This is going to be interesting. And 1 person who can secure free passage on a ship, but not necessarily determine where it's going. What would you guys like to do with this information?
Get out of a public place at the moment so we can discuss.
We need to take a vote. Besides that, if we want a ship, there's always piracy. Many out there that we could take their ship. No one would miss them.
Old
It would
Joe is
look
kind of...
horrifying.
Old Joe and the bartender are now looking at you.
Maybe we should have this discussion back upstairs.
Oxy
I was
runs
saying-
around and to everyone who has not voted and hands them a piece of paper. And then she holds up a signed vote.
Okay. Do I have anything to write with?
Noxie will lend you her writing tool.
I look at the bartender. I did not mean piracy as in we would be the pirate. I meant that we could take a pirate's ship.
Yeah. Good luck with that, the bartender says.
Pirate the pirates. They'll never see it coming.
I guess it depends on the pirate, but yeah.
I wrote. Yeah. I give it back.
Well, there are more than a few of us here that are good in the sea. We could come upon them unaware. Take it before they even know what hit them.
It's true. We seem to be a lot better at swimming than most of these other ones.
In my experience, kill the captain. Most of the rest of the crew would give in.
Are you guys still talking about this within
Yeah,
at the
we're still
bar?
talking about piracy.
Because the bartender and old Joe are still staring at the both of you. Sorry, at all of you. The both of them are staring at all of you. But especially the one speaking about killing pirates.
That's my job.
I look at them and give a shrug like, what?
This is our job.
Are you not plagued by pirates on occasion?
Yeah, but you're talking about stealing a ship and...
From pirates.
That's
Pirates, they stole it too.
true.
They don't technically.
That's true. Are you some kind of kingdom bounty hunter? He kind of gives you a skeptical look.
I don't work for anyone. Unless they pay enough.
I speak for the Alutel Kassir. I was sent by my mother and father here to deal with such things, so that we are not plagued by it in the sea. Pirates are a bane to us as they are to you. One should think that you would want them to be done away with.
Yes, of course. I was just saying is that usually people don't talk about, killing folks, even pirates, here in in a tavern. I'm just a little confused. He kind of
Pirates
grins.
hardly qualify as folks.
If you say so.
In here so often, I think there's a lot of talk of kill. You just don't want to admit it because it's your establishment.
The bartender is still staring at you.
I think there's just a difference of culture that we're seeing here. Most people are just excuse them. They're a bit, headstrong.
It's better to do something about it than sit around and whine.
Why don't we go ahead and go someplace else? We're worrying the old man.
Fine. A whiskey for the road, if you please.
The bartender nods and exchanges your silver for a whiskey.
Oh god, now I gotta break a gold. It's 10 silver to a gold, right?
Yep, it's a base 10 system, so everything's 10, 10, 10. Except for Electrum, which is why nobody uses Electrum.
Alright. I think I spent a few already, so there we go. So we're going somewhere to vote.
We already did. We passed the papers to Noxie.
Noxie nods. And she holds up a sign, Gellin first.
Well, then away we go.
Do you guys want to take a quick bathroom break?
Sure.
Sure.
Alright, 5-minute break then, guys, and then we'll come
Okay.
back and be at Skellins.
Alright, cool.
So, how's everyone doing?
Good.
That's good to know. Yeah, so far this is getting very funny for me. Just listening to you guys discuss things and talk all this.
I'm going to eventually try to win back that chaotic good.
Mhm.
Because I feel like Noxie's just kind of like originally did not. She originally had to steal to live.
Yeah.
So now she's got money and stuff, and she's able to live, but she hasn't learned that. She hasn't learned to stop stealing, if that makes sense.
Imagine Dovin will be able to help her along the way.
Yeah. So I think she'll eventually get along the ways of stop stealing from innocence.
Are you guys hearing the loud purr?
Yeah, catching a little bit of that.
Yeah, Vax decided to come jump up into my arms, and he's now snuggling against me. Somebody showed up on stream while I was in the bathroom. And it's Shuttle. Yo ho ho, a pirate's life for me. Actually, Shuttle, they're hoping to kill a bunch of pirates, but they still want the pirate ship.
It's a Dread
No.
Pirate Robertson.
Kill the pirates, we become privateers.
Okay, there's that.
Pirates who get paid by the government.
Exactly.
Very true. You have to take that up with the people in Keelland.
Now, if the druid was higher level, CLs could just sink the ship. The druid could turn into a whale, pull it back up, get a dry dock, repair it, we got a ship.
That is a possibility. You're getting thumbs up from the chat, by the way.
Just scuttle it from underneath. They'd never know what hit them.
Exactly. We thought this out.
I love it. Is everyone back?
Yucks. Yeah.
Yep.
1 second.
I'm back with cherry cheesecake.
Never left.
I just got these cayenne pepper chocolate covered cordials next to me. They're great.
Chocolate covered cayenne peppers.
Well,
Delicious.
it's more like actually these little chocolate balls that are infused with cayenne pepper, but they're
No,
really
that actually
good.
sounds really good. I remember on Valentine's Day we had lava cake.
Ooh.
And I never had anything like it since. The place only made it that one time. It was amazing. It was chocolate with a hot bite.
Yeah, the hot chocolate fudge in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
And one of my favorites is a caramel with ghost pepper in it.
Wow, that sounds good.
It's amazing when you can get it.
Where do you get it?
Well, at this one chocolate shop here in Pittsburgh, there's somebody that makes them, but it's a very once or twice a year item. That it's there and gone in in a week or two because it's a little low. Whenever I stop in and find them, I buy a whole bunch.
I have to ask. We have a gourmet chocolate shop not far from us. If they sell that kind of thing or not. They charge an arm and a leg. They should.
Yeah, if it's really good spicy chocolate, oh, it's worth it because it's difficult to manage the spice and the sweet and the bitter all together like that. They play off each other very nicely.
So where are we going? Outside somewhere?
We went to Gellens, right?
Yeah, if you guys are all back, you guys had decided, based on the vote, that you would go talk to Gillen.
Okay.
So I'm assuming Volan and Lobu are in front because they know them.
Where does he
Yeah.
live? Where is he located? Is he on the water? Or is he inland?
So what you know is that you don't know exactly where he lives, though you could probably find that information out, but you do know that he has an office down the docks, towards the old docks.
Well, so they don't know where to meet him.
Last time we met him, it was at his place of work.
Which
his
is on the
office.
docks or somewhere else? Was that the place on the docks?
Yeah, that'd be the place on the docks.
Well, if only a few of you are going in to talk to him, we're not sure what might come of it. If you want, at least I could come in from the water. Perhaps Lobu as well.
Well,
Could come with it.
As long as we're within 100 feet, I can see through Callie. 100 feet isn't terrible. But I can.
What you could do is you can bring Kelly with us, and if there's something goes wrong, like freaks out or whatever, and we go in.
Yeah, something like that.
Snip, 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 snip. Callie seems to be agreeing with you on that.
Well, I'm always down for a swim and wouldn't mind it at all, but he does already know my face. Either way, I say we just like the more the merrier, you know? I mean, whoever wants to.
Well, the other option is. I mean, that's fine.
I'm not entirely sure how he's going to take to us revealing this information to other people.
Why does he have to know?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe we should just go, me and Lobo.
Oh, you mean other people and by us?
Right. He doesn't exactly know that we've joined up before other people.
In that case, bring the crab.
Well, if you trust him, but it would be a sword out of reach.
Bring the crab. He'll tell us, and then we'll rush in.
I mean, I don't think it'll be too difficult to smuggle a crab in. It's rather tiny.
Good enough.
Bring
for me.
Callie with you, and as long as I'm nearby, then I can see and hear through Callie's eyes. Yes.
Good. That would work.
Alright, we'll just be close by.
Just a reminder on seeing and hearing through your familiar's senses is that your own senses will be blinded to the same senses. So if
You can still feel things.
Yeah, you can still feel things. You just can't hear and you can't see.
So I'll tap you. I'll tap you 3 times if you need to get out of vision. Cool.
Oh, that's a very good. Okay, sounds good.
So, the group of you have now arrived at the. I'm assuming that you're heading straight to the office, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you've arrived at the.
Some of us hanging back a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lobu, Volin, and Callie are, all up front, heading through the door. Kind of greeted by the secretary, who vaguely recognizes you and says, "Yes, Mr. Primwater is right on inside. Go on in. I imagine he's been waiting for you."
Hey, thanks. Thanks a bunch. And sorry to see you weren't at the festival. I hope you still had a good day.
Oh, I got to go a little bit in the morning, but we've got to work. We've got money to make after all.
Time is money. And Lobu walks through the door.
And at his desk, working on some paperwork, is Gellin Primewater, sorry. He kind of looks up as you enter and smiles a little bit, gently brushing his neatly trimmed beard. "Ah, I see that you two are back. I take it there's good news?"
Well, maybe not the news you were looking for. Volin, take it away.
Well,
Crossing her under the bridge, are we?
we did as you asked and explored Volin's place explored Anders' place of residence. We didn't come across anything that would necessarily suggest that he works with pirates or that he killed his own mother, but we did come across other information that might be of interest.
Oh? And he kind of steeples his fingers together and looks at you intently. "Please, take a seat."
Sure, I'll take a seat.
Is Dovin describing all this to us?
No.
Okay, so you guys, so basically, Topaz, Noxie, and Kepsik, you're sitting there looking at Dovin, whose eyes are basically, seeing nothing. It look to be seeing nothing. He doesn't seem to be paying attention, and he's not saying anything. He's just sitting there, almost as if he's falling asleep.
Good. Continue. Sorry.
Would you happen to know anything about Anders' butler?
I know a little bit of it about him. He's a strange sort, very severe.
We came across a diary of his that had detailed information about Anders' mother's passing. Real quick, did we bring that diary?
Yeah, I definitely gave it to you.
Okay.
This will come in very handy. And he smiles wide, and then he looks at the two of you. How about some wine? Why don't we have some wine? And he stands up and he sets the diary on his side of the desk. He goes over to a small what's it called? A tiny liquor cabinet, I guess is the best word to describe it. Over in the corner, and pulls out a small, a nice bottle of wine that's already been corked, and starts pouring out 3 glasses and brings them over.
Don't drink the wine. Don't.
Wait, what?
Clearly poison.
I'm ready to bolt. As soon as Dovin gets the word, I'm going.
Insight, please.
Can I insight check too?
Sure, you can insight check. Basically,
Yeah.
Volan, Dovin, and Lobu can all insight check because they know what's going on here. Right, yeah. Yeah, it just seems like this guy is in quite a good mood and wishes to share it with you by sharing wine.
Okay.
Oh, so he doesn't actually like he's about to, okay.
So there's no real alarm going on here, even though you're like, thinking about it for a minute, what was going on, what you guys were all discussing earlier about, like, maybe this guy's gonna kill you. You're not getting a single vibe of that from him. He just seems like, an elderly gentleman who is very much into his wine and, this fashions and all that. He smiles happily as he pours out the glasses. And he sets, like, one in front of you, Lobu, and one in front of you, Volan, and takes the third for himself, and sits back in his chair and taps the book. So, why don't you tell me what exactly you've learned from this before I read it myself?
From what I understand, the butler poisoned and killed Anders' mother in an attempt to bring him to power because he was easier to deal with. There's mentions of an organization called the Scarlet Brotherhood.
At the mention of the Scarlet Brotherhood, the older gentleman's eyes kind of, like, the eyebrows kind of wing up, and he slowly sips his wine. Wow, you have discovered much. Tell me, have you learned anything dealing with pirates, perhaps? And he kind of studies Volan intently with that.
No. We didn't find anything about pirates.
Well then, I imagine the Scarlet Brotherhood must have their hand in that. I mean, they must not be happy with the fact that the kingdom has taken over these past 5 years. Of course, the kingdom has promised to deal with the Scarlet Brotherhood. I mean, sorry, not Scarlet Brotherhood. Sorry, to deal with the Sea Princes. Takes another big sip of wine. Have you been enjoying the festival?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of great stuff. Pup shows, arm wrestling contests, bunch of people. It's been great.
Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. I love seeing people happy with the festival. And sadly, I've had some more business to attend to because of some of the things that have been happening around here lately. But I am very pleased that the people of, especially the tourists, have gotten a chance to enjoy our lovely event.
I gotta say, man, like I was expecting you to be at least a little bit disappointed we didn't find anything on this Anders character. You
Oh,
seem like you're in a pretty good mood.
well, you found something out about his butler. See, here's the way I think of it. If he can't even trust his butler, why should he be trusted on the council? The butler lives under his own roof, and all this happened under his own roof. And he smiles wide as he finishes off his wine.
From the Scarlet Brotherhood?
Well, I don't know. If they figure out that maybe you've done something, they might care. Who knows? And he kind of spreads his hands wide. But don't you worry. With Anders, disgraced by this oversight of his, they won't be able to do anything with him anymore. And, if they have anything against me, they've always had something against me, so it's not going to change anything there either.
Right. So, our business here is done?
Oh, yes, of course. And he, kind of opens up his desk and reaches in and pulls out a small sack of coins. Here's 100 gold to split between the two of you.
Thank you very much, Gellin. We appreciate your...
My pleasure, my pleasure. Now, why don't you take that money and go enjoy more of the festival? I'm sure there's some booze that could use some attention, yes?
Sure, of course.
Lobu is like uncharacteristically not talkative.
If that'll be all, we should be on our way. We do want to explore the festival a bit more, and I'll stand up and hold my hand out.
He stands as well and clasps it in both of his. It's like, well met, well met. You've done me a great service.
Lobu just walks out the door.
Yeah, I'll take the coin purse and head out. Lobu, I do not like that man.
He's clearly a terrible person. And I feel real bad having that money.
He's very skeevy. I don't know.
We see them walk out, right?
Yeah, you'd see them walk out.
Okay.
Dova,
As soon as I see them, my Kabas just physically relaxes.
We'll head over to them.
Well, that didn't go horribly.
Didn't go super great either, though. That guy's, you know, he seems to, I don't know, he's just...
Going for power is. Get used to it.
He's certainly not a noble man. It's a shame we don't know this Anders fellow. He might be. Might have been better to help him. I mean, there is perhaps a chance to still help him if we want to.
Scarlet Brotherhood really has a hold on him. I don't think he'll be nice if he was for very much longer.
I mean, we don't know if they have a hold on him.
The diary, I'm pretty sure they have it.
They might have been,
they don't.
They might have been trying to get a hold on him.
Did it seem like the butler already had a hold on him from the diary, or were they attempting to?
Roll an insight check.
Nope. Just don't ask me to do anything smart.
Yeah, you're not sure. You're kind of like in between that. It's he killed Anders' mother, but if Anders doesn't know, then Anders might just be trusting him, or it's possible that he's been just spreading poison into Anders' ear, not literal poison, but just poisoning his mind against everything, and therefore has a hold on him that way. You have no idea.
Got it. Okay. A lot of people wanted to turn in the butler. Is that the next point of action?
If you all wanted to continue on with that, I'm not feeling
Easy.
too great about.
Quick note. You ended up leaving the diary, which is your only real proof against the butler, with prime water.
That's true.
It's out of our hands.
We could always beat him up and take him to the haunted house.
I love that.
I mean,
Good.
the haunted house. I think we're all in need of a palate cleanser after this rather gross.
Need a fight. Need a good fight.
We don't need to fight. What are you talking about? Ghosts are nice.
Have you met
Noxie
a
lifts
ghost?
up that Dobin.
Have you met a ghost?
I
The
haven't.
only
but
reason
I've
they're here
heard
is because they have unfinished business. Because they're upset. What about that makes you think they're nice?
I mean, I don't. I know they're not nice. I've read the stories. They can be kind of nasty.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that maybe. I mean, wouldn't it be super cool to talk to a ghost?
Dovin, you are
5
very
minutes.
optimistic.
Noxie holds up a sign, and it's like very capital letters, no.
Okay.
It'd be really fun to talk to a ghost for the 2 seconds before it attacks us.
Right? Okay. Anyways, we can go to the haunted house. At least to see if it's actually haunted. And if it's not haunted, then the ghost needs help. It needs somebody to release it.
I love it. How does everybody feel about doing a quick shopping trip first?
I love shopping. What do we need?
Nets.
Alright.
I love it.
You can go buy your nets, Lobu.
Thank you. Also,
by the
would
way,
we...
by the way, Lobu, as you say that, roll a perception check for me.
Only good things can happen.
As you guys are walking around out there on the harbor, out of the corner of your eye, Lobu, as you're saying we're going to buy nets, you see what looks like a rickety tavern that you haven't been to yet, over there in the harbor, partly supported by stilts driven into it, and kind of like up on them, up above the water, and you can see the sign on the on it, partly hanging off the side, the empty net.
Oh, guys, it's a sign. What we've all been waiting for.
What?
The empty net. We should...
Okay.
Do you think there's
I mean-
empty nets in there?
One can only assume. Providence have the gods bestowed upon us this day when the object of our search is clearly displayed before us.
Our search?
Our search. Yes, let's go find some nets.
We all want net.
Okay then, I guess this is what we're doing.
Lobu just heads off in that direction, expecting everyone to follow him.
Dobin follows.
And Noxie follows.
Okay. So the group of you kind of like come up there, and you're hearing like some laughter. People that are clearly haven't been going to the festival, or is that, or they went earlier and are now getting happily drunk. And as you get to the door and peek in, you see a whole cross section look like the shadiest of shady people ever. Just kind of hanging around at tables. They're all dressed in like dark leathers and armor. Some of them have patches on their eyes. Others have like peg legs and a hook here and there. Bandanas over their heads. It's like they just all look like they're shady people.
Oh,
This is my kind of place.
we meant to go to the full nest, right, Lobu?
Lobu was like, no, this is the place. And then
This
just
is it.
walked
This is it.
bartender.
I suddenly like this
And it's
idea
like-
a lot more.
Several of them look over as you guys enter, including looks like the owner. He looks like he's a pretty rough customer. He's got a few scars, some tattoos that you can see, and he kind of stands behind his bar, his arms folded. You guys
Immediately
lost.
walk over to him.
Bartender, I'd like your finest net.
For nets. Look, kid, we don't have nets here. We got, we got various drinks. We got some of the best rum in the region. Not that whiskey that the Black Wolf serves, or the muddy ale that the wicker goat sells. We got rum.
I like this place.
You want
I
rum?
like this place a lot more. Yes. I sit down. Best. Hardest. Right now. I need some.
Alright, 2 silver. And he fills up a nice sized tankard with some rum and sets it down in front of you.
No, I'm already other 2 silver. I hand him 2 silver.
I start drinking it. What is it? Is it strong?
A roll Constitution saving throw.
Are people still staring at us?
Oh god.
Oh.
For Topaz,
Hey.
as far as you're concerned, it is very strong stuff. Your head is already buzzing. Kepsk. This is
Pesk.
Kepesk, this is nice, but if lizards were mammals, it would be the equivalent of mother's milk. But since you guys don't drink milk,
Yeah. Meh. It's alright.
I'm narrowing my eyes and glowering around the bar.
Are they still staring at us?
nah, they're going back to your drinks as soon as you started ordering.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna copy Roland though and keep a close hand on my purse.
I'm gonna look at the bar. So, how'd you get yours? And I'm gesturing to scars.
Well, out on the waters, of course. You never know what kind of rush customers you're going to get out there.
Those kind of customers.
Yeah. I'm Crab. If you have any problems, you can always come to me. And I can always put you in touch with some people if you need some work.
Might take you up on that.
Good. He looks over towards, Topaz and Lubu, and kind of looks back at Kepesk. Interesting company you're keeping.
Interesting company usually is the best company, I assume.
Don't see too many of their kind on land, but, not the first ones I've seen.
Are we hearing
And
this?
they have their reasons.
I imagine you are. I mean, he's not being shy of it.
Have their reasons.
What do you mean, their kind?
Hey, calm down. They mean CLs.
That's the problem, man. That's pretty dismissive. Here's a question for you, big fella, big guy. You pirate or what? You some sort of pirate?
He kind of leans down on his bar and kind of stares right into Lubu's face. Why? You got a problem with pirates, kid?
Oh,
I'm getting up from the table and going over there. I'm staring him back in the face, right next to Lobu. I'm saying, "What if we did, Landwalker?"
okay. Nope. I'm grabbing them both by their scruffs and pulling them back. Okay,
Oh,
not
oh,
the bar,
Nolan walks
not
into that.
Hold on, I just want to see if what sort of okay, yeah, he doesn't have any chance of beating that imitation. The guy's eyes actually go wide at Topaz, and he leans back, and he puts up a hand. Hey, there's no cause for trouble here.
Shove my rum back over at him. Refill it. Consider us even.
He kind of nods and pulls out the bottle that he took it from. It's this, kind of brownish red glass, and he kind of fills up the tankard up and pushes it back over towards her.
I give him one last glower and go back to my table, muttering to myself the whole way.
Yeah, now she looks like she could take care of herself.
You think I keep her around?
You her companion or just a friend?
Acquaintances at the moment.
Alright then. I take it she has either a problem with those of us on land, or she thinks that every rough customer is a pirate, right? And she doesn't like pirates.
Latter, I could believe.
Yeah, lots of folks don't like pirates. Other pirates don't like pirates. It's just that
Nobody likes pirates.
the nature
Nobody likes pirates unless...
Yeah, like I said, even pirates don't like pirates.
Of course not. I would think.
Who's still looking for a net? Is this a place with like a marine decor? Is he gonna find maps and boats and shit hanging from the ceiling?
Yes, not maps, but definitely there are various nets hanging from the ceiling. There's various like rusty tridents that aren't really useful for anything but as decorations anymore. There's the occasional like taxidermied fish that's on the wall, and a shark jaw here and there.
Is there any place where I could, where I think I could steal it and no one would notice?
Roll a investigation. Roll an investigation check. Nope. All of the nets you see are in plain sight. Most of them have people sitting right in front of them that would notice, and even the one above your head would not be useful to grab down because the bartender would notice.
Fine, Nets. You win. You win this round, Nets.
Why don't you just go buy one from like a store that sells nets?
What do you think I was trying to do? Look at this place, full of nets. No one will sell me.
Yeah, that's because they're for decorations, kid. Look, you're looking to buy a net somewhere?
Yeah, you know a guy?
Well, there are a few places in town you could probably buy something like that. He thinks for a moment. Let me think. I usually spend all my time here behind the bar, but I know that there's a place or two. Let's see here. Well, sometimes you can find stuff over at the weekly market, but being the festival's on and all, you probably have to wait till tomorrow.
I'm picturing you finding some guy with a trench coat opening up saying, hey buddy, nets!
Okay,
You want some nets?
That's gonna be canon now.
Perfect.
Hey kid, you want some nets?
Yeah, I got barbed ones, I got weighted ones. Only the best hemp.
What a beautiful... I think that all just happened in Lobu's imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta make sure you don't get the counterfeit nets.
If I see you looking, I'm going to finger my own net and say, make sure you get a good one. Get crap, it's going to give way the first time you catch anything. I've seen it happen.
Well, you might
Moxie holds up a sign. Are there nets that catch ghosts?
Oh, never heard of that. You're looking for some kind of enchanted net? No, I don't think I know anything about that.
When we call them the ghost catchers.
Yeah, that's a catchy name. If you catch a ghost, maybe someone will call you that.
ghosts, or if ghosts can hit us,
Oh, shit.
or what?
I'm slowly sagging in my chair.
Well, Topaz doesn't look like she'll be hitting any ghosts for sure. I mean, I don't know. I can deal with the ghost-ish, but am I the only one here that can do that?
Well, what can you do?
Is that the bartender?
Yep, that's the bartender asking.
Oh, you know, I can, I just know a little bit of it. I kind of like nothing too fancy.
I think you kind of like phased in and out there for a moment. I couldn't make out what you said.
Oh, sorry. I kind of like wiggle my fingers and like a sort of showing that I can do magic. But nothing too fancy. Just a little bit of that. We should head on out and try and find that net for Lobu.
Topaz
Okay.
is knocked off her feet right now.
Why don't you relax on that drink, my dear?
Should I carry her?
We
Yeah,
should,
I'll
we
help
should help
carry
her up.
Yeah, I'll help Bolin.
Whoa!
take
You
Topaz up.
what? You're trying to take my glass away?
You've had enough. There's no need to drink anymore.
Better
We
roll
got-
a hit. You try to take my glass, you better make a hit roll. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not trying. I'm just
She sees
gently
you reaching for it, she's
suggesting-
gonna grasp you by the wrist, and it's a bone-crushing grasp. She's got really powerful hands.
Relax, Topaz. You've just had enough to drink. We've got to go.
As she's
find Logan.
distracted with bone crushing him, I take the drink.
Hey.
It's
Enough
okay,
there.
Topaz. We'll get you some water.
I down whatever's left and
My-
place it on the counter.
My drink
And then-
ran away. Hey, whoa, wait, where are we going?
Or that works too.
Roland. Please roll a
Oh,
athletics.
this is what it's like up here.
Please roll an athletics check. All right, you're fine. You're definitely carrying her.
This is like riding a orca.
Well, part of that. Let's head out.
Onward,
just
trusty
saw
orca
him.
steed.
She's such a lightweight. I'll walk out with Volan and the rest of them. Alright, Lobu. You really set on getting that.
Well, might pick up a couple other things too. I've been without money for a minute.
Well, with the festival going on, it might actually be harder than we think to look at that haunted house first and then go shopping tomorrow.
I'm fine with
Sure,
that.
makes sense to me. Well, we might have to camp out there depending. What time is it in game?
All right. It's currently about 6 in the evening. It's still pretty light out, but you can start seeing the first of the two moons peeking over the horizon.
They're pointing at the nearest peasants. I point at the
Yeah.
nearest peasants and say, "Charge!"
My God, I grab her arm and like put it down. Please don't,
Oh,
Topaz.
God.
Please.
What kind of an orca steed are you? You don't even charge.
I am so sorry to disappoint, Topaz.
I'm gonna take my cup because I have a mess kit and take some of the water in it. I'm just gonna splash Topaz's face.
All right. Topaz, Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
I know.
God. Cannot roll those saves.
You're wet. You're
Oh, I
wet,
like
you're
that
drunk.
though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm getting splashed is like the best thing ever.
Yeah, and that splash is making you very tired.
I'm just falling asleep on Volential.
That's better.
Yep.
That's good. That's good. I think we should. She needs to go to a bed so she can sober up tomorrow.
Alright, so is that the plan then? We're going to let Topaz sleep this off, and we're going to a haunted house in the morning?
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Should we stop?
It can wait.
Okay.
Or in they think is best.
We already have the Black Wolf. Whatchamacallit.
Yeah, I suppose we head back to the Black Wolf and stay the night there. Though on the way, Lobu says like we could just go now and like camp out at the haunted house a couple of times.
That's true, but what if the ghost comes out of the house?
And then we have a drunk Topaz. Or a hungover one. I don't think either one is pleasant.
I have a feeling she's going to be very mad either way.
Yeah. So I think a bed is best for her right now.
All right, let's get to it.
Although we are missing out on seeing the haunted house.
We can do that tomorrow if you want.
Wait all day?
What if we get some tea into her and let her rest for a while, the short while, then see if she feels better then?
That sounds like a
She's
good
passed
idea.
out. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see if she wakes up in a couple of hours.
So we're gonna stay in the Black Wolf and let her wake up?
If she wakes up, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, we might as well get her in bed just in case she doesn't.
Agreed.
Alright. So we go to the Black Wolf, I guess. Get her into a bed.
Yeah. By the
Does
time
someone want to get her a tea for her if she wakes up?
by the time you guys get back there, there's some more people in the inn. Looks like some more traveler types. Right now, you guys only have the one room with the 2 beds in it and a table.
Noxie
Get
goes
her,
up
get her
to
into
the.
that room. Yeah, you get her into that room and I'll get more rooms.
The bartender's talking to a nice halfling couple with a kid and, setting up a room for them. Looks over towards you guys. It's like, ooh, there's like one room left. He grimaces. You might, if you guys don't want to share beds, you might want to check down the street and, maybe try out the, what's the other one?
Noxie holds up a sign. I will sleep on floor.
Yeah, or
Girls can stay here.
One room left as in there's
One we
only the room that Lobu and
Well, there's well, I said there's one empty room left.
okay.
You could, if you guys don't feel like sharing beds or sleeping on the floor, he kind of eyes the goblin who held up the card. You might want to try down at the Wicker Goat.
Girls can stay here, and then we can go to the Wicker Goat.
Imagine Lankus probably has a few rooms left. Most of the travelers don't people coming for the festival don't tend to look for that place, and mostly it's people who are working in the area.
I don't mind sharing a room with 2 others. If Lobu and Roland don't mind somebody sharing with them.
I don't mind it. What is the likelihood of some...
Can you repeat that if you're asking me? Because I fortunately it cut off.
Sure. Volan is 6'5". Would that take up like an entire bed, or would someone else be able to share
I
with her?
think that both Volin and Kapesk would each need their own bed.
All right.
What I'm thinking is the girls. Topaz is probably going to want her own bed, so the girls, Noxie, Topaz, Bolan, stay here, and then Lobu, Dovin, and me go to the other inn.
Or we can go to the other room.
There's only one room here.
No. There's one room left here.
Yeah.
And Lobu. Do we already have a room here?
Lobu and
Yeah.
Volin have one room. There is one
Oh, okay.
other room available with 2 beds.
Okay.
Noxie said she could sleep on the floor if need be. In terms of people sizes, Kapesk and Volin are big enough that they need their own bed compared to the bed size. Topaz, if need be, could probably double up with Noxie, because Noxie is small. But that's up to you
Alright,
guys.
well,
I'm just going
I
by
don't care where I sleep.
sizes and whatnot.
Yeah, we'll just have I guess we'll have the girls sleep in one room and the guys sleep in the other room. So we'll get the other room at the Black Wolf.
Okay.
Is it the Black Wolf? Did I remember that name?
Yeah, you guys are currently at the
Yeah.
Black Wolf.
Okay, yeah. So we'll get the other room, and Dovin will volunteer to sleep on the floor.
All right.
Ask is already flat out on the floor sleeping.
Well, we're not going to sleep yet. We're gonna see if. Well, I guess I won't wake you up, but we'll see if Shard is gonna wake up. I mean, not Shard. Topaz is gonna. So we can go to the cottage.
So it's 2 silver per room.
Cool. Done.
Alright. Yeah, I'm already passed out. You can tell Dopin to wake me up if Topaz wakes up, but yeah, I'm asleep.
Same. Asleep.
All right.
How many silver pieces are in a gold piece?
10.
10.
It's all base 10.
So what's EP?
That is
Electrum
Electrum
pieces.
nobody uses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just ignore it.
Yeah, ignore it. Basically, if five. Let's see. It was like 2 Electra make a gold or something like that. It's basically
Oh.
it breaks up the base 10 system. It's like Electrum's like worth 5 silver, so it's like nobody uses damn Electrum. Because most people organize by silver. I mean, sorry, by gold.
Right.
All right, so you guys get a new room. You guys figure out your roommate assignments. And you're just going by gender in this cases. So I shall reorganize you guys. Dovin. Sorry, Dovin's not huge.
He's been a giant this whole time.
Nah, he's just a human. So Capes gets his bed, and I guess Lobu and Dovin are sharing.
I'm on the floor.
Or Lobu's on the floor.
Is he? Oh, then yeah.
Capacity
is
is on the floor.
My bad. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I keep, as I said, I'm still getting used to voices. Sometimes it's, I think somebody's talking when it's, not the right voice. I will get used to
Yeah,
it.
no, you got
But yeah, so the lizard man is curled up on the floor, and the sea elf and the human both get beds. Alright. Kapesk and Noxie, please roll Constitution saving throws if you're sleeping on the floor.
I've probably slept on the floor before on ships.
Yeah, so you're probably fine. It's like the DC is low on it, but I just need to check to make sure because
Okay.
this is an unfamiliar floor.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, you're fine. You're comfortable there. Yeah, Noxie, you're all right too. It's uncomfortable, but you've weathered this before, so your back is fine. You're not exhausted. You're good. Basically, when it comes to this sort of like people sleeping on the floor, if you have like from an urchin or sea ship background, your DC for this check is going to be very low versus somebody who was born into comfort, who would have a very high DC on whether or not they get exhaustion from sleeping on the floor. So, this just so you know, that mean those sort of checks are not going to be universal for everybody. It's like, the DC is going to be different based on your backgrounds. So you wake up in the morning. The sun is shining in the sky. The moons have gone down again, and you have spent a decent enough night in such close quarter surroundings with strangers basically, since you guys pretty much have only known each other for a day or two at this point.
I'm staggering my way out and snarling at anybody who gets in the way or speaks to me, and going directly to the water and just dropping in. That's like the only way I'm gonna.
A few people stare at you in alarm as you pass by, and then as they go into the water, like a couple people rush over, and then they kind of realize, oh wait, that's a sea elf. She's fine.
Swim around a while. That's how I'll get over this hangover.
Well, that's a good method.
You have to get hydrated. What better way?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still passed out.
What are the rest of you guys doing this morning?
Well, I'm drinking tea.
Lobu wakes up real early and goes and buys his net, and then spends the rest of the time until people wake fishing with it and using that weird ritual spell you let me have.
Okay. Which means probably Topaz would observe you doing this at some point.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oxy's gonna get some tea. The morning type this time.
Yeah, I guess are you going down by the water to do this or what?
Nice roll.
To do the fishing?
Yeah, I guess you'd have to.
Yeah. Probably
So
not far from you, because he's...
Oh yeah.
he's
Eventually
on
I'll bob
big
up
stuff.
and just stare and look at the thing you're casting it on and this fish you're catching, and then I'll just be like, the hell are you doing?
I'm fishing. You want breakfast?
Did you just catch all of those?
And yes, Emily, this is the CL version of Good Bread. Unfortunately, it can only be done around the water.
It's so good though.
Oh yeah. Well, she'll swim over and basically, if they're for takes,
you don't find
she's
any
gonna-
trinkets since it's -2 on that.
she's gonna nab one and just
Yeah.
start eating it raw.
Good, right? And then Lobu will join her with the raw fish eating.
Did I see Lobu leave, go towards the
Roll a perception check.
ocean? Okay. I have the CLs, really. Just see somebody go over there. Reception.
Yeah, you saw Lobu out of the corner of your eye. Since there's really not many other sea elves around, Lobu is pretty unnoticeable.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. It's been a while since I've been in the ocean.
Down. We're sitting down there eating raw fish.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
Yeah, Lobu's got a net full of little sardines and all that.
I'm
All fresh
noticeably
and hot.
eyeing it as I walk by and just jump in the water.
Splash. It feels pretty good against your scales.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm gonna enjoy that for a while. So
And the salt even has the effect of washing some of your the dirt and grime off of you. I mean, yeah, it's not quite as nice as maybe a mud bath or dip in a swamp, but it does have a cleaning effect.
yeah, I'm gonna stay in there for a while. So
Dovin, Noxie, and Volan, what are you guys doing?
Well, I'm gonna be drinking tea, and I guess when is there anybody else in the tavern at this hour?
Just the bartender who's looking things over, unless you mean PCs, at which point that's up to you guys.
Yeah, I'm in there. Noxie's in there. Gonna get some tea.
Say I probably went down and pulled out a thing of rations.
How did you and Lobu meet?
Well, he's a very loud elf. Very hard to miss. He walked up to me on the street about 2 or 3 days ago, and we have been working together since, I guess.
You guys seem like great friends. He does seem very nice.
Feels like a lot longer. We've already committed crimes together, I mean.
Well, we all have at this point.
Well,
I kind of peek up from the table real quick to make sure the bartender didn't just hear us say.
Well, the bartender seems to be busy
But-
with mixing some kind of stew pot.
You never know who you run into.
The bartender seems to be a bit busy mixing some kind of stew pot and doesn't seem to be paying any attention to you right now.
Oh man, I do not feel good about yesterday.
Kapesk, by the way, roll a survival check, please.
I need to go get to that haunted house so I can move on.
yeah, I mean, normally that's not something that bothers me, but it felt like he was talking. It was just, I mean, I don't know, rubbed me the wrong way.
Me too.
I think going to a haunted house, running into ghosts might be what we need.
It's fun. Just out of game. It's funny how we're talking about like a haunted house is supposed to be this fun thing, when really it's gonna be like fucking horrible.
Right, I know, we're gonna fight like actual fucking ghosts.
Where did everybody go?
That's an excellent question.
Can I make a perception check to see if I knew where they went?
Of course. Go for it. Noxie, roll an intelligence check as well. Alright. Well, you didn't exactly see them go anywhere, Noxie. You've been kind of hanging out with those sea elves, and it's, the term sea elf. It might be that they're out to the water and, needing a little bit of a refresher. Maybe they need to keep themselves hydrated much more than everyone else does.
Noxie holds up a sign. They are probably by the sea.
That is a surprisingly simple and very true suggestion. I'm gonna sip the last of my tea and shall we?
Let's head out.
So what do we come out of the tavern to see?
Well, off towards the closest pier, you notice that Kapesk is down there swimming around. He occasionally surfaces, needing a little bit of air once in a while. I believe both of the sea elves are sitting there with a net full of tiny fish, just eating them raw.
Noxie sprints up, and she holds out her hands.
Throw you a fish or two.
She eats them raw.
Oh, do you cook these?
Ruins the flavor. And then, you gotta spend time cutting out bones and stuff. What's the point? You want one?
A cooked fish tastes very good. You get the smoky flavor, and really eat it raw. Well,
just tastes burnt at that point.
I guess eating it raw is worth a try. Am I gonna get sick?
Well, you can roll a Constitution saving throw to find out.
Oh boy!
Can I? I'll try it.
Vesk is climbing back up onto the pier, visibly upset that he hasn't caught anything.
Noxie looks like she's very suited to eating raw things, especially with her sharp teeth.
Yep, there's that.
You have quite the appetite, don't you, Noxie?
She just looks up with you with like a mouthful of fish.
Alright, I'll try one if you don't mind.
Go ahead. Apparently, Lobu here's got some type of magic that catches them in droves.
That's nice. Must be quite popular at the docks.
Would have taken me several hours to catch that many.
It takes me forever to.
So do I need to roll a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, I just want to see.
Oh, buddy.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
nice.
does not exactly agree with Devin. So Devin, you try one, you take it down, but there's just, oh god, the taste of the fresh salty water mixed with the fact that it's raw and that it twitched a bit as it went in. Oh my god, that's triggering a bad reaction in your stomach.
Ugh, that
Good, right?
That's new.
Good, right?
Okay.
Want another?
Yeah. I'll be
I'm
right
holding
back.
up another in front of his face.
No, thanks. I'm good. Just one. You know, I'm a light eater in the morning. Ooh. I'm gonna like take several sips from my water skin.
Wash it down with some of that rum.
Hair of the dog. Not trying to...
Hair of the
Noxie.
what?
Hair of the dog?
What manner of saying is that? Sounds like a silly thing to say. What have dogs got to do with drinking rum?
Well, it's hair of the dog that bit you. I guess it's not actually applicable to this situation. But if you got really drunk, it's the idea that you drink the rum to... It's a stupid saying. Don't do it. Don't drink the rum in the morning.
She's sitting there pondering this, and you can tell that the wheels are turning, and it's not computing. She looks back at you and she says, "But it's just the hair of the dog. Are you equating not the hair of the dog? That's like licking the cup that the rum is in. That makes no sense. Who came up with this stupid saying?"
Language is fascinating, actually, and I couldn't tell you who came up with it. But whoever did, they were a much more elegant speaker than I am.
Obviously a
And they made it quite popular.
landwalker. Only a landwalker would come up with something like that.
Something fun.
Noxie pokes Topaz, and she holds up a sign and it says, "Stop being racist."
It's not being racist if it's true.
Well, that's not true.
What, that landwalkers come up with stupid sayings? I think it is true.
Landwalkers come up with fun sayings.
Name
You
one.
got racism I'm interested in engaging in is racism against ghosts. Let's get on the road.
That was a stretch.
I don't think ghosts are a race.
Lobu, I felt that one.
I'm in agreement with Lobo. Let's go. Be racist against ghosts? No. Let's
Alright,
not
let's
be.
get to haunted house.
Let's just go deal with it.
Hey, cute little guy.
Okay.
Back to them.
No telling if it's ghosts. From what the old man said and the bartender, it may just be rats.
He did say the lights came on, didn't he?
Yeah,
I don't
he said
remember
there was
that.
sort of weird lights in the basement. When he was talking to me, at least.
I'm talking about ghosts this whole time, and it's not even going to be ghosts.
Not at first level. At least I hope not.
Have you guys ever played Curse of Strahd?
Death House
yes.
flashbacks.
Yes.
I have not.
I've run the Death House twice now. I love it.
I can
spooky.
do 1d6 damage to ghosts. That's enough, right?
Sure.
Sure.
After about 20 rounds of it.
Ghosts can sometimes be friendly. Have you ever heard of Casper?
I love the story of Casper.
Okay, Vax, you have to let go of that. That's a microphone. No.
No, I have not. I have not heard of Casper.
Well, let me tell you on the way. I regale a whole wonderful story of Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Alright. So, it's only 4 miles away, and it's like, you walk for a bit. Maybe, like, the first bit of the morning. You're enjoying, like, story time with each other, like, telling weird stories about ghosts you've heard of. Just some weird stories that's, apparently at least one of you is read weird stories about. Probably, like, all fictional.
I've definitely heard stories on the sea about that type of stuff, right?
On ghosts in general? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm telling them one that's I find particularly like terrifying. It's about this it's about this banshee that lives on on a popular trade route island. And if you go there on a foggy night, yeah, it's said that you hear a low singing, and some people compare it to sirens, so they go towards it, and people do find them. It's not that you never see them again. It's just usually you only find part of them.
Noxie is hiding behind Dovin as you tell the story.
Oh, it's okay. We won't go towards any singing noises.
Noxie knocks her head.
Why do I feel like that's
gorgeous
like
singing.
super heavy foreshadowing?
So, you're actually heading more of a east-north kind of setting. Like, you go east, you head a bit north outside of town after that. And you kind of like wind around a bit until you're once again towards the coast, which is actually on the west. So you went east first, and then you kind of circled around until that once again on the western side of you the house is. It basically comes from the fact that when I designed the where I was putting it on my map of my homebrew world, I kind of put it on the opposite coast as it's described in the book. My bad.
Oh.
So I should have said west when I said east. My bad. So the road to this house winds through the rocky coastal terrain, offering a view of the sea below. Low clouds press upon you. Occasionally, you can see patches of sunlight up in the sky and over the water. A stiff wind blows in off the waves, carrying the briny salt of the churning water below. You don't see any ships, you don't see any people wandering around, but you are getting a little bit cold as you continue to climb up the rocky coast. But you can see the house now. It's a bit dilapidated and it's out on its own, but it is kind of overlooking a nice cliff. I bet whoever lived here had a really nice view of the sea to the west.
That's precarious.
We should have
This
asked some
feels
people
good.
about this house. Wonder if the bartender knew anything. Oops.
I'm throwing my arms wide and reveling in this wind.
The decrepit house sits on the highest ground in the area. Around it, a stone wall has crumbled in many places, exposing the interior grounds. An ornate metal gate lies open at the end of the road, swaying slightly in the wind. Wild flora grows throughout the inner yard, but all the years cannot hide the evidence of a well-tended garden that once sat here. Near the house, the rotted wooden roof of a water well rises out of the tall grass.
Lobu's gonna run right over to the well and look down it.
You can see...
Careful.
Okay, the well. Make a perception check.
Nice.
Alright, so you look down, and, before you even get to the edge of the well, you notice that there's a lot of, tiny little bones around the outside of it. All small mammals, like mice and squirrels and, the occasional rabbit. That's pretty peculiar. You've never seen a cluster of rodent corpses like this before. The well itself descends about 20 feet, and you can see crystal clear water at the bottom. From what you understand of how water works, waterworks being a sea elf and with that perception check, you know that it's fed by an aquifer. However, it does not appear to offer any access to the house or anything that might lie further underneath. You can make out the occasional glint of a coin here and there at the bottom, however.
I think Lobu is inexperienced enough and stupid enough to just dive down that well.
Can I catch him?
Oh no.
Did you go up there with him? Because I saw him running around up there. I didn't hear other people coming.
I was making sure he was being careful.
Okay.
But
then yes, you can roll a dexterity saving throw to try to grab him before he can dive in. And Lobo, you'd be contesting this with a dexterity check of your own.
Oh no.
Right.
Dang it.
Lobu slips out of Kapesk's hand and dives down into the water below with a huge splash. And as Kapesk, while the rest of you guys are just kind of walking up the road, Kapesk kind of looks down, and without needing to make another extra roll for it, he can easily hear something shifting in the wall of the well just below the surface. And a
Last
large
one.
head emerges.
guys,
Emerges
Guys.
from the well or from the surface of the water in the well?
Inside the well. One of them's climbing up, the other one is climbing down.
So are we even aware of this yet?
Roll for initiative. Yep. No, you guys
Oh,
over there are
shoot.
not aware of this at all. Kapesk and Lobu, whoever.
Guys!
Your very first combat action, guys. Make me proud.
Yes! Yes!
I forgot to select my token before I rolled initiative.
You can always just write it in. Oops, sorry. All right. Dovin, you kind of heard the splash, and you can see that Kapesk is like leaning over the edge of the well, and you start hearing Lobu yell, "Guys, guys!" But you have no idea why.
I'm going to sort of cock my head a little bit, and if I sense any immediacy, I'm going to start jogging over.
Dovin,
I'm
roll a perception check and a nature check.
Oof.
Yeah, you have no you have no idea what's going on. As far as you know, Lobu is just enjoying himself in the water.
Okay. Well, I heard the yelling, so I'm gonna do a jog. So I guess I'd move at like 45.
Yeah.
I don't know how close that gets me. What's going on?
You can. Do you have control over your token?
Yes. Oh, the distance accurate?
Yeah, it should be about accurate.
45.
Yeah, anything that's over here that's in the well at the moment. So let me put a quick marker down on there and just draw a shape.
Oh, when I Here, what I see this.
Hold on. 1 second. Okay, I need Alt to draw a circle. So it's kind of like... Oops. Wrong thing. I hate when that happens. Yeah, so it's kind of like this. Capeska's right there. As you get up close to that, you can kind of see that something is moving right in front of him.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess I'll run up to there and I'll ask Kapesk what's going on.
I can't answer until it's my turn, right?
Yeah. That's basically it won't count until then because everyone else still needs to make their rolls until Actually, no, that's
Well, it's
because
my turn next.
your turn's next anyway. So yeah, you can answer right away.
Snakes. And I just say snakes, and I'm gonna slam my axe onto its head as it climbs up to me.
Oh my.
Come on. 16 hit, right?
I believe so. Yep, that 16 definitely hits.
So 10 slashing damage.
You should be able to hit it right directly from your sheet. I mean, sheets should have, good. Sorry, I was looking for something because I wanted to put out where the garden was located near the well, and sorry, I wasn't looking at the sheet.
Yeah, 10
My bad.
damage.
Yeah. The snake hisses as it's hit. Lubu, what do you do?
Lobu is like, good snake, not right snake, and is trying to back away. But won't actually attack.
Alright, so, yeah. The snake is kind of like curling up there, getting ready to strike at you. Let's see. And it will, since it's right in front of you. And the well is 20 feet down, so I'm going to put a quick marker there, and then I'll move in for the attack. There we go. Oh, cool. It actually wrote down this time instead of instantly vaping like it used to. Poison snake. The snake
Vaping?
Sorry, vanishing. Sorry, brain.
Oof.
So yeah, that snake just goes strike and just bites right into your leg.
Gracious. We're level 1s!
That was a really nasty good roll on my part.
Lobu's unconscious.
We're level 1.
Yeah, even if you get half of that, you'd be unconscious. Yeah. So poor Lobu is just poisoned and is laying flat on his back, poisoned. Actually, no. You're gonna have to make a saving throw, Constitution saving throw. I'm sorry, I don't know why this thing didn't edit properly. So you're just flat unconscious. You're not. You're not. You don't have to make death saving throws at all. You're at 0 perfectly.
That's good.
Yes, that is good. Noxie.
Can I see the snake from here?
Not really, but you did see Kapesk yell something about snakes and crash down on something in front of him. Kapesk.
Alright, I am just gonna dash then. Dash all the way up right next to Capet.
Hey.
And look down the wells, and I can see that the snake has bitten Lobu.
Yeah, you can see the snake in front of you. That's very dangerous in front of you, and you can see another snake down below. Just bit Lobu. Lobu has just fallen unconscious in the water down there. Thankfully, being a sea elf, he won't drown.
Fair enough, yeah. I'm gonna go up here then, and then I'll end my turn here.
Okay. Topaz.
All right. I guess I'm just going to be doing a flat out run and a dash and just diving into the well headlong. So I guess I'll be in mid fall. So 20 feet down.
Yeah, you'll take an attack of opportunity from the one giant snake, though.
40, 50, 60. That would put me exactly to the water. Okay.
Okay, the one giant snake will get an attack of opportunity on you. So, go for it.
Hit.
15 does not hit.
You're very lucky.
These things hurt.
Volin!
Use my action to dash. And no, I'm not gonna rage. I'll end my turn there.
Alright. So this poisonous snake, from its position, is, seeing the lizard man in front of it as the biggest threat, and goes in for the attack.
I snarl at it.
Which misses.
That poison damage is extreme.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I don't understand why these they're a 1/4 challenge rating. How do they have poison damage that hits that hard?
It's just.
And there's no save against it, or just automatically?
There's a save. If for some reason
They
it's not
have more
written
than
in.
10 health points too.
Yep.
Reminds me of that drow in Waterdeep. Jeez.
Dovin.
So I'm gonna move.
You're rolling well too. The average roll on that would be 10.
Yeah. Yeah, the dice gods decided with that first hit against poor Lobu, the dice gods were being merciless.
I'm. Oof. does Lobu go before or after the snake? Because it's 12 and 14. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use Healing Word on Lobu. And I rolled a 1.
Yeah. So Lobu, you suddenly come back to consciousness. The snake is still there. Its jaws just let go of your leg, and you just go, take a deep breath, and you suddenly see that Topaz is next to you, and you see Dovin leaning in over the edge of the well.
And I'm going to, for my action, I'm going to cast Frostbite.
Let's see. Frostbite is what?
It's a cantrip.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I'm going to cast it on the one that's in front of Lobu.
I'm trying to. I'll try to look it up between sessions, but I'm trying to think that I think you can. You have to do. You have to do one as the cantrip as the bonus action instead of the if it's 2 spells being cast. But I'll let it go for this. I'll let it go for this round just because of the heavy damage against Lobu. But I said I'm gonna take a look at that between sessions, and going forward, if it's not that way, it's gonna say okay, we're gonna fix that. But this action stays just because.
Wait, is healing word's a bonus action, right?
Yeah, I was trying to think that. I'm trying to think that.
The rule is if you cast a spell as a bonus action, you can only cast a cantrip.
Okay, I think I'm thinking it was action. You can only cast a cantrip as a bonus action. I guess I get those two confused.
Yeah, because I remember I have a wizard that casts Misty Step and can Firebolt as well at the same time.
Okay, that's
okay. Cool. So it has to make a DC 14 Constitution.
Which one are you going after?
The one in front of Lobu.
Okay.
And if it fails, it has disadvantage on its next attack. Yay!
This is 2, and it's at disadvantage. Kapesk!
Oh, sweet. Fucking die! I'm gonna swing at it again. Ah, that sucks.
And that's miss. The snake dodges out of the way and hisses at you, even though there's blood coursing down its sides.
You know what? Why not? I'm gonna bonus action bite.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So it's this.
Yeah. And it still manages to dodge out of the way of that. Meanwhile, the one
Yes.
down
All right.
the giant snake down below goes right for Lubu, but with disadvantage. Which doesn't matter. 20 and 20.
Oh my god.
And it doesn't even matter if you save against that. You're still going unconscious with a 5 from the piercing. Except now you're actually having death saving throws. After this. Which is coming up right now. Death saving throw, please, Lubu.
I've never actually done this on.
Okay, so there should be...
Yeah, you just roll a d20.
Yeah, it should be on your sheet. There is a death saving throw toggle right there. And then you would mark it. It would automatically go with success or failure if you actually hit the toggle for it. But because basically you look at your sheet and it just says success, failed, death saves. You can click on death saves and it would automatically do that for you. But you can just automatically hit the success on there because you succeeded. Noxie, what would you like to do?
I would like to fire a crossbow bolt at the snake in front of Lobu.
Do you have the feature that lets you fire something that's in missile that even if you're in melee with something, or are you firing with disadvantage?
Am I in melee or something?
You're in melee with this one.
Oh, okay, then. If I'm in melee with that, then I'll just hit that with a dagger instead then.
Alright. Yeah, I was asking because I know one of my other games, the rogue has that. I can never remember when you get it. Oh yeah. So you just basically, you're thinking about using your crossbow to save your new friend Lobu, but this guy is too close, so you pull out your dagger and you immediately get stabbed right down into this thing's head, and its body drops down below into the well.
And oh, cool. All right, and because I am, oh, never mind, he's dead, so it's fine. I was thinking because I'm a goblin, I can disengage as a bonus action, but
oh, that's awesome! You get an automatic rogue skill right on goblin. Nice.
Yeah. It's only useful until I hit level 2 where I do get the actual rogue skill.
I'll have to remember that for goblins. Topaz!
Alright, I surface next to Lobu, who's conscious again, and try to spear this thing.
Lobu is actually unconscious again. Yeah, right. Yeah, you bring your spear down and impale part of its tail for a moment, and then it wriggles free out of it, blood trailing down through the once crystal clear water.
Martial arts,
14 hits.
bonus action, I'm going to strike it again.
Oh!
Ooh.
There you
Holy
go.
crap! You basically stab it, you impale it for a second, it wiggles free, and then you bring your fist around and smash it right into the skull. You hear bones breaking, its eyes roll back, and it's dead as well.
Yeah.
Congratulations on winning your first battle, guys.
It's kind of a grappling style, it's nasty.
Meanwhile, Lobu, death saving throw again, please.
First opportunity I have, if we're out of combat, I am trying to get him out of there. I'm trying to drag him up.
I'm gonna.
Is there like a bucket or something we could? Hold on. Oh, wait.
Callie's gonna jump down.
Yeah, I'm throwing down my rope.
And through Callie, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Alright. But, so, no, there unfortunately is no rope still attached. No bucket and rope still attached.
God,
There's
another
no,
Yeah, I have 50 feet of rope, so I'm gonna throw my rope down for them.
So, Lobu, you're now conscious once more. It's the poison being driven out of your system. Thankfully, it was, not poison condition. It's just poison.
I rolled 2 1s. I made 2 healing spells and I rolled 2 1s. It's horrible.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Around you,
a little mistake there.
around you is the glitter of silver pieces and the bodies of two giant poisonous snakes.
Whew.
Well, I went down here already. I better get these silver pieces.
So, gathering them up, you discover that there are 14 silver pieces altogether.
I will give them all to my very fine friend.
Oh,
Dobin.
it's no worries, no worries.
The rope's still there for you guys, so you can climb up.
Noxie holds a sign. Why did he jump in the well?
I have no idea.
There were silver pieces down there.
I give you half of them because you suffered enough for these. You should at least have some of them.
Are there any checks that we need to make?
For what? I'm sorry.
Rope.
No, I'm just gonna let you climb up the
Okay.
rope.
Cool.
It's an easy enough climb in this terrain. There's nothing threatening you at the moment. There's no high winds. There's no treacherous rocks. You're just climbing up a well. So I'm just gonna give it to you.
Cool.
Lubu and Topaz
Check out
both
the
look
house.
nicely hydrated at this point.
Oh yes, glistening and smooth. But I am looking over at Loba and I'm like, if you're going to succumb to avarice at every drop of a hat, you're going to get yourself and us killed.
Noxie
I'll,
nods in agreement.
I'll keep to the back for a while, and then he just starts eating fish.
Okay.
All right.
Start heading.
To the house.
It was good practice though.
For Noxie holds a sign. For the ghost? Is it a snake ghost?
Might be. I don't know.
Wouldn't that be exciting?
That would be interesting.
Maybe the ghosts of all these rodents that died here left their bones are inside.
That's what I.
And as you guys begin to traverse the garden, it is going to be time to end for the for the evening. Got through some nice combat, some really good roleplay, and next week we will be exploring this house.
We're so screwed.
Big dead.
Yeah, you've already used up a couple
Do we level up?
spells.
That was a tough battle.
Not this time, unfortunately. Yeah, 6 feet for 6 HP. Yeah.
Do you do milestones?
We're gonna be doing milestones for this. You're definitely
Okay.
gonna be level 2 by the time that the house is fully explored, and you might even be level 2 by the time the first floor is explored. I will be deciding that once we see what you guys do. But yes, there will be some levels in the future. This particular adventure module, as this part of Ghost of Saltmarsh, will actually lead you up to level 3 altogether.
Nice. So need key points.